Max Suico. Sugda na nato ang pambigo, we'd like to request katong ato mga attendees na mulingkod na silang kagsatag sa kalingkuranan o lamisa para makasugod na ta. Meaning ang pambigo mrong abona, atong presiding officer, Governor Gwen Garcia. Go.
May hapon atong tanan. May hapon sa atong mga congressmen, Deputy Speaker John Garcia, Congressman Peter Calderon, Congressman Duke Frasco. May hapon sa atong mga regional directors o provincial directors sa kadilaing ahensya sa gobyerno o sa atong sab hepe sa Coast Guard, Robert Badajos, RD Kaingit, RD Monte Alto, niapod ang sa Marina, si Kabatingan, ang sa atong provincial police office niya si Colonel Mariano, yung sa nagrepresentar sa AFP, si Colonel Sereno, Lieutenant Colonel Sereno, atong mga mayores niya usab ang atong regional chairman sa RDC, Kenneth Cobonquez, o ang atong gwapong konsihal sa siyudad sa Cebu, o paborito na kong umangkon, Konsehal Raymond Garcia, Mr. Edmond Lu, and Michael, mayors, vice mayors, kanatong tanan, maayong hapon. Unahon ako pagpasalamat ang atong host karon. Sa dihang-hangyo ko nga kung mahimo ba ani nato ibutang ang atong Mayor's Assembly. Kay nahibaw ko murag ubay-ubay ninyo allergic mo adtong Cebu City. Sorry ha. Mao tong nangita ta kung asa nato ibutang sentro makaing Balamban. Pinakaduol sa tanan nato nga mga lungsod sa norte, pinakaduol usab sa tanan nato mga lungsod sa sur. Paghangyo nako sa Forever Young o dagway sa ambungang Subuanon nga mayor sa lungsod sa Balamban, ningon siya sigurado, okay rayon. Ngayon ko kami na mag-host sa paniudto. Wa gyud mo sugot. Di gyud siyang sugot. Mo nang ang atong paniudto, gawas pa ining venue, courtesy of Mayor Alex Binghay. May I greet also Vice Mayor Alfie Binghay o ang atong mga konsehales sa lungsod sa Balamban. Magpasalamat ko sa inyong presensya karong hapuna. Nahibaw ko sa inyong mga buluhaton. May I greet our board members nga niya. Salamat kaayo nga niya gayon usab. Ano man to si gusto ko himsog ka. Tora, hanas tata. Kanang na magkadiyata. Narakata oh. Among gyud ninyo palingkura diha tata ha. Niyan atong mga board members, salamat kaayo nga niya mo. And may I greet also our First Lady of Balamban, former Vice Mayor Rosie Binghay. Hi, Manti Rosie. Nagiingon ko nga, daghan kayo gibiyaan nga ito nga mga buluhaton. Ang labing mahinungdanon nga inyong gibiyaan, ang SAP distribution. Nga mo inyong pinakapaborito nga buluhaton. Apan gikinahanglan nga makondok na sadta kay sama sa ubang mga higayon kung diin mihimo kita mga lakang sugad pa sa pagsugod niining pagbuto sa coronavirus sama sa mga nilabay nga higayon. Nakita ninyo na dili ko mo dali-dali o desider. maminaw gid sad ko ninyo. Kay gikinahanglan ang inyong nga mga inputs. Nakadilain ang inyong sitwasyon. Lain-lain ang inyong mga challenges nga giatubang. Mo nang manindot ng paminawon, ma-amplified o in the end moabot ta og consensus. Kanunay. And I think this has proven to be the right way to go. Consultation, consensus, then action. Magpasalamat ko sukad pas pagsugod ni ining atong gisagubang this entire coronavirus saga. In the province of Cebu, we have seen coordination, cooperation, and unity. And this has resulted, I believe, in a very effective way of addressing COVID-19. The numbers have shown that in accordance with all of those tested, we have come up with relatively very low positive cases. If we are, in fact, to consider that the province is made up of all of you, 44 towns, 6 component cities, kay gilahi magkwenta ang Manawe, ang atong total nga positive cases nga karon moabot og 60. That is quite a very low number in a population of 3.1 million. But unsa may atong gihimo? Akong gipatun-an ang figures. E karon sa mga nagsugod ani. Sukad pagkahuman gyud sa sinulog, gibuto na dito sa Wuhan, nagsugod na ning bag-o kuno nga virus, wa ta kay bawog unsa to, gi-lockdown ang Wuhan, and then we were subjected to alarming numbers already. Nagsigig saka, hangtod ni abot og kapin 80,000 ang positive, 3,000 ang mga namatay. Unsay gihimo nato? Nagsugod tas the very first executive order that I issued. That was dated February 3, 2020. We created then the Provincial Task Force to address the coronavirus. And then, subsequently, nag-emergency meeting ta, nag-release ko tag 500,000 aron makapalit mo sa inyong mga PPEs. Atong gipang set up ang protocols on home quarantine, kinsay mo bantay, kinsay mo dawat, kinsay mo kuha, gikan diri. Gi-set up nato, hinay-hinay, sad. It became a creeping ECQ. Hinay-hinay na tong anad ang mga tao, nagsugod na curfew. From 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Unya, gibutang na tong 24-hour curfew. Ang tanan ng mga 20 years old and above, 65 years old. 20 years old and below, 65 years old and above. And then, we went on to a skeletal workforce. Hinay-hinay hangtod ni abot atong March 30 when we finally declared the enhanced community quarantine. But what did that mean? Because of the rising cases of Cebu City, we not only adopted the IATF guidelines for restrictions on establishments and persons that will be allowed outside of their residences, we also implemented strict border controls between the city of Cebu and the province. Dito sa norte, sa Pandawen, ug city of Cebu. Diri sa south, sa Talisay, ug ang city of Cebu. Dinhi sa west, sa Balamban, ug ang syudad. And of course, ang Cordoba nga dito sa island of Mactan. Nganong ingon ana na lang gyud kastrikto ang atong gihimo, and in credit to you, kamong tanan inyo gyud nang gi-implementar sa inyong mga lungsod ang atong gi-establish nga protocols. Why? Because from the day that we started, that was the very first EO, February 3, we all acknowledged that we were facing an invisible and, at that time, unknown enemy. In fact, they called it the novel coronavirus. Bag-o. Sa pipila na ka strains of viruses, from the Ebola virus to the MERS-CoV, SARS, H1N1, kini wa sila kaila. Mo nang gitawag nila og novel. It eventually evolved into the nCoV-19, the novel coronavirus of 2019, because it started December in China. So, bag-o, invisible, and unknown. What ay data? But it's been, sukad February, March, April, May, 120 days, more than 120 days. And we saw the rapid spread throughout the entire world, from China on to Italy, Iran, on to Spain, to the other European, to Russia, to Germany, ug unya nagsugod na diri sa Pilipinas, Malaysia, Vietnam, Singapore, tanan. There were those that chose to be the outlier. Dili mi mosunod. Sweden for one. Ningon mag-herd immunity ni. Initially, ang United Kingdom ningon herd immunity, di ta mag-lockdown, di ta magsira. When the number of deaths increased, UK radically changed its position. Sweden continues to stand by its policy of establishing herd immunity. So ako ni timbang-timbangon tanan. Wala man tay total complete data sa tanan nga mga nasod, but at least doon na tay data dinhi sa Cebu. By Cebu, I mean the province of Cebu, that means kamo, 44 towns, 6 component cities, Mandaue City, Lapu-Lapu City, and Cebu City. What does the data show us so far? In the province of Cebu, per yesterday's report, we have 60 confirmed positive cases, 8 of whom have died. The distribution of these cases are as follows. You can see sa Cordoba, duha. 1 gikan sa Mandaue City Jail. Talisay, napulo. Duha namatay, ang duha health workers. Unsay 2 died, 2 health workers. Of the 10, 2 died, 2 are health workers. Konsolasyon, usa. Karkar, usa, namatay. Bantayan, usa. Minglanilla, 5. 3 ang health workers, usa ang namatay. Daan Bantayan, usa, namatay. Katmon, usa, namatay. Madidejos, usa, namatay. CPDRC, 37, duha, namatay. Let us go directly sa profile of their deaths. Ang profile of the 8 deaths. Because you might be interested nga naman yung mga matay ni. Ang tagalawaan uno Talisay, ang age 84, male, namatay adtong April 20. Dunay chronic kidney disease. Ang taga Guadalupe Carcar, 17-year-old male, namatay adtong April 26. Lupus patient na daan. Dunay kidney disease po. Ang taga-Lanao Daan Bantayan, 58-year-old male, dialysis patient, buhi pang dako, nisakay sa Daan Bantayan nga ambulansya. Kaya medyo mupadong sa syudad, pag-abot sa Bugo, nag-heart attack. Actually, Mirsan, pagka-heart attack, pag-abot sa Vicente Soto, gitest, dead on arrival, gitest, positive. I don't know pilay oras ang nilabay. Niadtong time nga namatay siya Bugo o pag-abot sa Vicente Soto. Because I believe there are protocols there. They must immediately be tested within the first hour. Ang taga-Katmondaan sa Katmon, 80-year-old female, community-acquired pneumonia. Kaning 38-year-old male sa Dumlog, Talisay, walay laing rason, gitanaw nila tanan symptoms sari COVID. Kaning 38-year-old female, taga-Lipata, Manila, namatay stage 4 rectal cancer. 43-year-old male, CPDRC, acute coronary syndrome. 65-year-old male, septic shock. These are the causes of death. But since the test man and found positive, everybody presumed, yes, they are positive. But what were the causes of death? Because it really pays to study the figures and to analyze. So, kaming atong sa isinta kabuok na cases, positive cases, sa isinta nga positive ha, gitest man eh. Pilay test swabs nato na submit 1,536. So 1,536 cases sa isinta ang positive. Pila may na ospital? 7 o usa gikan sa PDRC. So 8. All the rest are asymptomatic. Isa may naka-home quarantine. Siyempre kay contact tracing ta. Ato i-quarantina. 5 karon nakahuma na sa ilang 14 days. Di pa lang maingon nga recovered kay kibawan mo kinahanglan i-testing kaduha. Nya kinahanglan mo test og negative. Ang among CPDRC nga mga inmates nga amo lang gipainom og turmeric og limonsito, gitagaan og mega doses of vitamin C, gituog kaduha sa usa ka adlaw. Puroso, doon na ito hinanak, giubog, gisipon, karon maayo na tanan. Apan dili pa matawag o recovered. Kaya hangtod karon ang first test pa lang nila, ang second test, of course, no? After ni-recover, wa pa man nigawas ang resulta. Kaya after that, nga kung ma-negative ka, you need 2 negatives to be considered recovered. So di pa matawag o recovered, pero wa na tanan symptoms. Kung uban pa niya sakit, kung i-heart attack ka, nasud ka sa ICU, kunya nagawas na ka, recovered ka. Pero kini ron, na kay symptoms, giubo ka, gilantan ka, wa na kay hilanat ko, na kay ubo, test pa man ka, di pa ka recovered. Moment this is the profile of our positive cases sa tibuok province. So, naka-home quarantine ang 5, ang 34 na ang CPDRC. Ang 7 ani sa 34, mga gwardiya, jail guards. Walay symptoms. But in spite of that, ato gyapon kitagaad vitamin C, multivitamins, gipainom o limonsito, sinanggulan o turmeric o gipatuog. So wag ni symptoms sinuon, asymptomatic yung 7. Ang naka-recover na ligawas na ang results, 5 pa lang. Ang namatay, 8, as I said. Nakakita na mo sa profile at 8. Now let's compare. When we are so focused on pila na ka-positive cases, because we realize daghan kay positive cases kay sige matagkasing. And yet, even in Cebu City, I think Councilor Raymond will bear me out. Bisang pa niabot na nag 1,007 o pila na ang ilang positives, pila ramang kabuok ang mga ospital. I have the figures. Pila raman sad ang namatay. So I think it might be a misconception to assess an LGU's gravity of the situation insofar as the COVID-19 virus is concerned, if we just compare positives versus mortality. Di gani, positives, we're not even looking at the mortality. In fact, Cebu City is pointing out, kung ingon ani kadagan ilang na test, mao ni ang mortality, mubo kayo 0.74. So I thought of looking at it another way. Because at first, hadlok ay katanan. We were all saying, deadly ka inya disease, wala ka ilaan ni. Primero, ang giingon sa World Health Organization, human-to-human transmission. Kinanglan, inig-aksing ni Mayor Ninette, moabot na nako ang iyang aksing. Ako nang hanggapon, musod sa akong baba. Nya, simbako. Na siya na COVID. I get it. But then after that, nausap na. Dili lang kay kana. Kinanglan, inig-aksing na i-droplets, magpabili na. Basi, tapos na nimo, you could get the COVID. After that, dili na. Kung asymptomatic, mahimo nga makatakod nimo. But my question is, I'm just asking questions. Why is it that even the United States data is showing 80% of those tested positive have mild or no symptoms at all, and for many of them, they do not even get sick. So I thought of comparing number of deaths vis-a-vis population. Because more naman na ang atong interest, isn't it? It doesn't mean na kung positive ka, that's a death sentence. I mean, I hope we're already agreed about that. Because the data is showing lagi na 80% are asymptomatic, even more than that. In some countries, may hospital ang 10%. Unya 5% ang mamatay. Showing, as I have showed also sa atong 8 kabuok nga deaths, kadaghanan, dunay pre-existing conditions, dunay comorbidities. Nakalipaw naman ang gutaan ng mga comorbidities, mga immunocompromised. Wa ba ko kailaan na sa una. But let us compare, isn't that the bottom line? Ikumparar na to, unsa magiging ka-deadly, ikumparar nato sa population. So you have the statistics. The province of Cebu, as computed by the DOH, karon kay na nato 2015 pa man na. nga figures. Kani population nga 3.2 minus Mandaue niya. So, province of Cebu has a population of 3,226,290. Total number of deaths attributed to COVID is 8. Therefore, kumukuha tag ratio, that's a ratio of 3 deaths per 1 million. In the city of Cebu, with a population of 1,012,803, total number of deaths, 14. That gives you a mortality ratio of 14 per 1 million. Mandaue City, population of 398,106, total number of deaths, 3. That gives you a ratio of 8 deaths per 1 million. Ang Lapu-Lapu City, with 448,008, usa pa malay namatay sa Lapu-Lapu. That gives Lapu-Lapu City the lowest ratio of 2 per 1 million. But then, the next lowest is the province of Cebu at 3. And think about it, Lapu-Lapu City is 448,008 population. The province is 3,226,290. I think you all deserve a round of applause here. Kamu man, inyo man ligo. Ang atong paningkamo. Let's compare ang mortality rate sa gawas. Atong kuhaon, ang katong pinakatagas, una yun, naibuhan, ang isunod Italy, karon Amerika. US, total number of deaths, 86,900. Population is, di man ni 329,227,746. Mo ba ni? That gives the US a ratio of 263 deaths per 1 million. Ang Italy, population of 60 million kapin. Total number of deaths is 31,000. That gives Italy a ratio of 518. Wuhan, where the story of the COVID-19 all started, a population of 11 million, 3,212 deaths, that's 290 per 1 million na ratio. Italy had the highest on a ratio of deaths per 1 million. My question, nganong taas kayo? If you would recall, nagsugod dito sa Wuhan, a novel lagi, it was treated as a pneumonia, kaya mag-blood clot man. It results into blood clotting sa lungs. Pag clotting na anak, diha magsugod ang difficulty of breathing. Difficulty of breathing and all other signs of pneumonia were there. Hilana, ubo, tanan, chills. So, ventilators. Kato maglisod na gyud, kay grabe, advance na kayo, gi-intubate. Busutan. And that was the generally accepted methodology. Nagsugod sa Wuhan, that's the first time we heard about ventilators. Pag-abot dito sa Italy, na aging population po, diha na, ventilators. And then we heard sa US, Governor Cuomo was asking for ventilators, ventilators, ventilators. And then suddenly, haven't you wondered, what na may nangita o ventilator? Napa ba'y nangita ventilator sa US? Naidaghan ka yung nipalit na yung federal government, may 40,000 kapin. Wa na magamit. Why? I am getting reports that when several patients were autopsied dito sa Italy, it was found out that after all, it was not a pneumonia. It was thrombosis. So the treatment should have been blood clot man na. Muklat gali na, Mangita kag blood thinners, anticoagulants, plus aspirin. Kunya aron din anti-inflammatories. But it was already started in Wuhan. Ingon ng Wuhan, anti-inflammatories don't work. So they went along that line. Kita gani, nag-abang na ka, o ventilators, ipuno na nato, ipunan nato ang atong mga provincial hospitals. Our first deaths in Cebu City, ventilators gigamit. I'm just asking. I'm a non-medical expert anyway. I'm just asking. But that is, you cannot question the figures. Mauna, kung ikumparar na nato sa ato diri ron sa Cebu, magkuha na lang pas lowest, US, 263 deaths per 1 million. Ikumparar nato sa Cebu, kuhaon na itong highest, Cebu City, it's 14 deaths per 1 million. I'm just asking because I decided to study the figures. Aside from listening to both CNN, Fox News, Al Jazeera, and all other news outlets na kada tune in mo, coronavirus ang giisutan. Depending on which side of the political spectrum they are in, dito sa Amerika, it's either ay magtuwa na coronavirus or ang sa pikas, it's deadly, pagbantay, grabe na. You have to wade through all of this information, sift through these figures, separate the chaff from the grain to arrive at incontrovertible truths. Figures don't lie. Exact makaayon ng mathematics. Di man ni nato mausap eh. We all learned mathematics, the same mathematics in our grade school and high school. Dili mahimo nga lahi ang pag-compute sa usa. Lahi ang pag-compute. Simple ra. Pilay namatay, pilay population. What is the ratio? Per million. Mao na, can you go back to Cebu City, to Cebu? The highest per 1 million population is Cebu City at 14. The top three, the number of cases, in terms of number of deaths per million, Wuhan, nagsugod ka, Italy, and then the US. The lowest is the US at 260 per million. That's what? Times 200% as compared to Cebu City. But US ba to? Moingon ta, o nganto man sa temperate countries man na, tugnaw na, ang arbang virus, grabe ba ng tugnaw? Diba? O bitaw, mas bubo ta diri, sa Asia, kay init man. Pasalamat din ta because the virus doesn't survive beyond 10 degrees centigrade. Okay, unsa may top 3 karon? Number of cases niya, akong gi-research ganina sa Google. Ang nag-una ron, Singapore. Sunod, Indonesia. Sunod, Philippines. Sunod, Indonesia. Akong gipakuha ang mortality. In the Philippines, it's 790. Population na to, 109,394,740. So total number of deaths, 790. What is the ratio? 7 per 1 million. Indonesia, with a population double the Philippines, 273,155,196. Total number of deaths, 1,043. Kumusta na ang number of deaths? Hala, kakuyog is Indonesia. Masaghan man di ay na o namatay dito. Pero pila man sa tao nila? Duple. 109 million ta, sila 200, triple. 273, almost triple. What is the ratio? That's 4 deaths per 1 million. Ang Singapore, which now has the highest number of positive cases. Kay massive testing man. To the latest na kung kitanaw nga figures, 15,000 na kapin ng ilang positive cases. It has a population of 5,844,501. 21 ang number of deaths. Pila man na? That's 3 per 1 million ang ratio. Because the question now is, asa man di ay ani ang final nga arbiter or final na sukod ang positive ba? Well, if those with positive cases, even if it's just 60 or 70%, will eventually develop into a serious COVID case, yes. Hinahanglan gid nato klaruhon pila gyud positive kay sigurado more than 50% of that na ospital na. More than 50% of that tingali pa hinuod mga matay na. But nakita mo gud nato. Kung ikumpara, isn't it? Na it's the fatality compared to ang ratio ba? Of course, one death is one death too much. But you have to be able to have a sense of perspective. Because dili, then we might not be able to decide wisely for our constituents and for our local government units. For 3 months or even 4, wa na tayo nahimong proyekto, wa na tayo nahimong programa, nagsige na lang pagbantay, nagsige na lang pag-contact trace, kada adlaw pangulbaan mo, unsa na kagahirisulta, basig doon na baka ako'y positive. Nakapurso na mo sa inyong mga programa para sa mga senior citizens, para sa kababayan, para sa mga kabataan. Wa! Nga naman, nag-inhantang man ta. Oh, na nasa lisod, PUM na sadni, ato na sadni ron i-quarantina. Intra pagid ang SAP, tagaan pagid mo deadline. Tell me honestly, have you really been able to fully function as a chief executive of a local government unit that has a myriad number of concerns, issues, and problems? Wala. Focus sa tanan sa COVID-19. Ako gipakuha lang ang cases. Kay testing man yung data. Top 3 statistics in Asia. Ang Philippines, 109 million. Nag-ratio gyapon ta. We have to do a ratio and proportion. That's what we were taught. To get a clear bearing ba asa tadapit. How are we going to compare this? Because di ba na pwedeng we will put out a figure without considering what is this figure in relation to. So we have, okay, nag-testing. Ang Philippines, 11,876 ang positives. Pila man na ang incidence ana? 108 positive. Apin na ana ang sa ato diri Cebu ha? Oh, 108 positive per 1 million population. 109 million ang atong population. Ang Indonesia with almost 3 times, 2.73 more times. 58. 16,000 naman po, ilang testing. Ang Singapore with 26,098, 4,465 ang ilang incidence of positives. Okay? Kaya mas daghan man sila kaayo og na testing. Ikumpara sa population, which is only 5 million. Pero, nangamatay ba ng 4,465? Or even, bisag katunga na lang anak. Pila may namatay sa Singapore? 21. 21. And the more that Singapore will test, because that is what we are now being told. Testing, tracing, kung sa itong ikatulong, treatment. The more that they will test, kaya-apin manitanan. I was listening again to this CNN na usa ka medical expert. Gipangutanan siya ni Dr. Sanjay Gupta. What is, unsa man gyud ang recommended number of tests per population? You know what the answer was? He would not even say na ang tibok population, but he was saying, test as massively as you can, 3 times. 3 times. And that's not even the rapid test. He was talking about the PCR. Can you do that? Naatay kwarta na. Ako na ibalhin sa private sector. Sige na lang. Unya, ang sundo na ginanatong protocol. Mag-test sa. Sige. 3,200,000. 10% of that, may recommendation. 320,000. Testing na po. Dili lang tayo sa katong rapid, katong ng PCR, 320,000. Kung sa may protocol, ang positive, isolate. Contact trace. Let's just say, sa 320,000, 100,000 lang, 1/3 lang, positive. Mo contact trace pa, kada usa. Ato na at inyo na ito ba doon, di ba? Isolate naman na. Mo contact trace pa, parehas atong dito sa bantayan. Si tinta ka buok. Ang na-contact trace sa usa lang, si tinta na po ang i-quarantina. Ini-quarantina na, inyo na pakanon. Bisag mga asymptomatic pa na na. Unya, unsa ka ha? Test naman po ito silang si tinta. Kung na'y usa, o 2, o 5, nga positive, bisag asymptomatic, contact trace na po mo. Kung na'y tag-20, anak. So, gatos na po ito, kada usa, sa 5. Inyo na po ito, i-quarantina. Sa 100,000 lang, let's keep it low. 100,000 na positive, no contact trace na. Ug na po, pila man? Pila man inyong i-isolate? Na po, 100,000 times 10. 1 million. Ang 1 million, inyo na ipakaon. Pakaon, 3 times a day, kamoy mo testing, dunay mo test, wa na igwa na, wa na ubha, wa na ilanting, pero testing nga, mo man ang protocol. Di mo testing. Is that logical? Is that doable? Yeah, perhaps. If all of our energies, resources, and the entire town will just be focused on COVID-19. Kalimutan na lang nato ang mga projects nato, ang mga daan na guba, ang mga barangay na way tubig, kalimutan ko sana nato. Ikinahanglan pa kanon na nato. Karon pa lang gani. Tibaw ko ang uban ninyo. Ingom ako. Aw. Lisod ba nang muhatag mo daghan? Dinako kay ang next expectation ana ako gyapon. Pagpila magbugas ron. Ako kunti na akong pangita og ubos kay nihangyo mga board members migamit sa ilang la. Grabe na mo nga sige ginangyo ay. Nakakuha mi at 1,900 per sack. Ato na lang i-round off og 2,000. Kung 10,000 ka buok ang inyong households, pila naman ang 2,000 times 10,000, 20 million. Kung 20 million ang inyong households, 40 million. So on and so forth. But, kung magpadayong taan that's not gonna be a one-time thing. Okay, para pa lang bayatos konsumo. Unya, kato di ang inyong i-quarantina. Kato di ang inyong ipang-isolate. Ngayang tanan ninyo nga health workforce, tuan na lang nagsingid pangita, contact tracing. Hindi lang ka na, kada adlaw, i-check up. Temperature, buntag o hapon. Mabita na yung mo ron mga PUMs. At one point, niabot o hapit o sinta isize mil ang PUMs. Total. You felt that burden. But this is where we are leading to. Kung mauna, ingon ani ang atong sundon na direksyon. Mortality in Asia is definitely lower, and the Philippines, more or less, is within that range. The Philippines is 7 per 1 million. Indonesia is 4 per 1 million. And Singapore is 3 per 1 million. But Singapore has the highest number of positive cases. At 4,465. Kay grabe man ilang testing. Pero ang namatay sa 4,465, sa 15,000 na positive. Ang incidence was 4,465. Sa 15,000 na positive, 21 ang namatay. Mautana tingali mo. Bubo tingali province kay yutay pamalan na test. Sinoon? In comparison, kay swabs man ta. Unya, dagdoon pa man na. Naibaw mo, ang inyong mga MHOs, CHOs, ato na naghihangyo, ha? Be more aggressive. Mag-case finding na mo. Report na mo. Nabay INI, nabay SARI. Ang uban, pusog kaayo ang tracing. O swabbing. Ang uban, kinalansugdan pa. Kanya, maghuwat pa na, pagdadiri, maghuwat pa pa sa atong turno na ma-process sa PCR machines. So, pila man gyud ang naswab as of yesterday, nga tested, naswab, daghan na, pero ang nigawas na ang result. Sa province, 1,536. Pila ang positive cases, ana? 60. Ang na-hospitalize sa Isinta, 8. Ang naka-home quarantine, 39. Ang ni-recover, 5 pa lang. Kaya wa pa matesting uban. Ang namatay, 8. So, kuha na itong percentage. Kung sa 1,536, 60 ang positive, pila man na. Wa ni na ito mabutanda. Pero 60 divided by 1,536. Wa anong number? 4%? You have your figures? Just divide. Para lang natay sense of perspective lang ba? Hain kadapit. 60 divided by 1,536. 4%. Cebu City, ang swab niya, dili ni ang kuan. Gikuha naman ni ang swab ni. 8,436 na ang nabasa sa PCR machine. Tested na. Ang positive, 1,722. Pila ka percent na? That's about 1/8 only. Or pila? 20. About 20%. Ang Mandaue, 1,057 ang tested na swabs. 111 ang positive, 10%. Sa Lapu-Lapu City, 763, 48 ang positive. That's less than 10%. These are the figures confirmed by the OH. Gikani, and we welcome the arrival of our man-of-the-hour regional director, Dr. Jaime Bernadas. It's worth studying. Because now, we have to ask ourselves, is it worth it? Ang tanan nato ang gihimo, surely, hindi una man nato yun, ang security, ang kinabuhi sa atong mga constituents. Of course, why makapuli, anak? Mawa ng kinabuhi, di na mapulihan, tignan na negosyo. Mabangkrap na, pwede ka makasugod usab. Tinuod yun na, tuog ko anak. But, let me tell you, my attitude then and my perspective then, when this was a totally unknown quantity, kaning COVID-19, has changed because of the figures that we now have. Unsa man ang top 10 nga gikamatyan sa mga Cebuanos dinhi Cebu atong 2018, courtesy of Department of Health. Cardiovascular diseases, ang cases 108. No. Ang ratio na ni, the mortality ratio is 108 per 100,000 for cardiovascular disease. For pneumonia, it's 46 per 100,000. Cancer, it's 34. Cerebrovascular diseases, 25. Diabetes, 12. Sepsis, 11. So on and so forth. Moni ang top 10 kapatay. Kung 108 na per 100,000, that would be 10.8 per million. Still definitely higher than pila po ato? 7 deaths or 4? Definitely higher than the ratio which is 3 tulog per 1 million ang mortality sa province. Ang top 10 morbidity, dili ni ingon namatay. Ang top 10 nga mga sakit nga hospitalized. Upper respiratory tract infections. Kanitanan mo na flu, fever, cough, colds. Mo na. 1,286. Hypertension, 584. Pneumonia, unspecified pneumonia, 231. Lower respiratory tract, 220. So on and so forth. These are the cases na reported sa ato dinhi sa Cebu. Take note, lahi ning morbidity ha sa top 10 mortality, which ang number 1, cardiovascular disease. Why did I present this? Because, as you all know, i-declare naman ang province effective ugma dali. From ECQ, mo-graduate na ta from ECQ to GCQ. Doon ako'y giandam na executive order, gihaom na to sa national guidelines sa IATF, but custom fit po na to sa atong tagsapagsa ka sitwasyon, taking into consideration ang feedback, ang needs, ang general environment karon. We will take that up one by one. But before I do that, I just hope that you would think about the figures that we have presented. We will have that printed out, panigong, para inyo ma-compare. Wa nay sobra, way kuwang. It's just a matter of unsa ba gyud? How dangerous is this virus? Are we ready to put on hold everything that we had hoped for and dreamed for our LGUs? Because we must first deal with this virus that is taking up more than 100% of our efforts, and certainly almost 100% of our resources. I know some LGUs o naikorta. Nahurot na ang disaster funds. Daghanan nando, in the hope na ang probinsya matapang. Depende. O, mo agree ko ninyo, o der. Samsamay. Diba po? But what can you do? People are expecting you to deliver. Kaya mo, tanawa ra good. Diyon sa pag-mold ang atong una-una. Pagsugod pa lang, ako strikta kayo. Daghan kayo nireklamo na ko. Kagrabe ba nang kwen? Sobra raman na kayo. Pagbutang na ko border control, samot. Kadaghay ng yaw-yaw. Katong di na makaadto man to Cebu City o magbalik eh. Nga di na trabaho Cebu City, di yun na ko i-exam. Kurting hangyo ni Samsam, nag-meeting ko tagbalik. Unya, niabot ang panahon, nisaka ang cases sa Cebu City. Ang mga tao naman mismo, mo naman mo insister. Kung kaniadto, hibaw mo dinhi sa mga lungsod, di magproblema ang mga mayor o bantay. Down to purok level ang bantayan. Kung doon ay smuggle out, makalusot sa mga checkpoints, dakpan dito sa lungsod. Ang mga purok leaders mo yung mudakot. Isuway ko. Ako ba lang yun testing? Ako padong south. Padong dire. Alas 12:30. Midnight. Ang checkpoints nga na ay nagtuwaw, nagbantay. Ang sityo, checkpoints o barangay checkpoints, na apang mga tao dito. Nagdasa ilang kaugalingong kape. Dito nagbantay. Ang mga tao na mismo, dili na ko strikta, hero na ko. How our minds have been molded into believing na kinahanglan kita tanan, undang ta. O ako'y inyong pangutanon, hero ko po ron. Ako ko'y nag-una-una, lockdown dayon. Gisira dayon ako mga ports, gisira na akong airport. Hapit pa ko pasabihin ng Malacanang, kaya sa mga Pilipinos gikan sa gawas, wa na nako pasudla. Unya, sunod na bang pulis? Musunod na bang military? O ako inyong pangutanon, o hinindot ni, oy, mura ko diktador. Di na rin ako buhian. Mapadayon, tag-isigyo. Kaya unsay ako isulti, my word is law. If I were to give in to my tyrannical tendencies, face it, wa ta na himong mayor, di ta medyo gamay lang. Nga doon na gyud tay will to impose. But I am looking at what's happening to our people. I'm looking at what's happening to Cebu. Pila ka negosyo na sira. Pila ka buok, way trabaho. Pila ka buok na himo ng parasites. The very fiber of what is good in the Cebuanos is slowly being eaten up by this. That is the virus that we must face. The virus that is destroying our economy and that is destroying the Cebuanos. I cannot bear to someday wake up to find 3.2 million Cebuanos who have become totally spineless, dependent, and parasitical. Sumagod. Sa may natabuan ng 4-piece. Kamu na bigay ng reklamo? Naiuban pang tagaan? Diretso palit og bill. Di naman narbaho. Hatag, mo na naman ko mo. Kaya mo na expectation ninyo. Kaya nag-ECQ man ta, lockdown man ta, stay at home man ta, quarantina man ta na, di mo kagawas, o di kinanganakdan o pagkaon. Narabay uban, di mo sugot sa dinas, kinalan bitlog. Uy, tagaan ka na mo biplog ha, huwag ka rin norte. Oh, pasalamat CFI, unya ang 3rd District, ang hatag po si Congressman DS Pablo Jan. Oh. May na karon kami norte pala biplog pa ngayon. Sunod na pa ngayon, ibuok ng lechon. Face it. Mama ng psychology of the human nature. Sumagod at mga gagmay pa ta. Kung kita'y pampered kaayo, at kita mo spoiled brat. Kibaw ko, spoiled brat man ko. Ako ko'y kamagwangan ako. O spoiled kay ko sa akong mga akuhan. Kamo, mga kago. Kibaw mo, what it is to be a spoiled brat. Did it help you? Kung nagpadayo mo pagka-spoiled brat, awa mo pagkahuman sa iyong mga kurso. Wa mo may mong mayor. We have to break this impasse. Wa na. Di na ni mahimo. And as much as I value life, I also value their livelihoods. Kinabuhi o panginabuhi. Balansihon ta na. Kinahanglan nato tagaan na po o atensyon ang atong ekonomiya. O kamo, as mayors, take a look at your other plans and programs for each of your towns and cities that have been put on hold. Kaya ang tanan, gikan sa inyong disaster funds, ngadto sa inyong 1 month nga bonus nga gi-download sa irang o karon nagsugod na mo pang-realign sa mga MOOE and perhaps even your capital outlay nga inyong gi-intend unta pagsiminto ani nga barangay, paghimo niini nga barangay health center or whatever ang inyong mga plano unta. Kaya nag-ihap na po pila na po ni akong gastuon, pila na po ni kasakong bugas sa akong paliton. Di ba? Mawagin na. So that is where I'm coming from this afternoon. Please reflect on these figures. We'll think about it. But before we proceed, can we listen to our regional director? Yes, Mayor Samsam.
For Musuria si RD Bernadas ko. For me, Gov, I'm a new mayor, so all this is new to me. Pero ako lang unta ko, people follow our protocols, people follow what the government says because the people believe kita as mayor have the right information at hand to make an educated decision, for the benefit of all our constituents. Since the start up until now, the information we have had at hand is that this is a very dangerous virus. That's what we had, and that's how we reacted. That's how all of the mayors here reacted, that this is very dangerous. What we see in social media, what we see in the news is people having difficulty breathing. And with the information at hand, and this is what the people see, this is just not a pandemic called coronavirus. All the mayors here are also fighting a pandemic called fear. Tanang tao nang hadlo karon. Kung mapositive yung tawhanan, kung nagunahuna din ang tao, nakana siya, simbako, dool na sa unsay mahitabo, parehas nangakita nila sa news o sa internet o sa social media. So, being the mayors that we are, the decision that we had to make was to isolate. Because that's what we have been told ever since from the beginning. That is the protocol set by health. With the information in mind, tanawa ang Cebu City. Ang Cebu City, dagano positive, pero they're even doing Zumba. So the question in mind is, I think I am not a lawyer. I am definitely not a doctor. And the regional director is here. What is really the real case of this virus? So we, as mayors, with the right information at hand, can do what is right for our constituents. Prangka ko pagkastorya. I was May 12, I was ready for a GCQ. I had 8 cases in my city. May 13, naigo ang ako ang sikit yung kayo. And I told myself, hindi magsilbi. Because the information I have at hand is that kung sikit na ang balay, mudaghan ang positive, basin, ubay-ubay na po mga constituente, maabot ang hospital. That is the information we have at hand from the start. And that's how we reacted, that was the protocol, and that's what we have done up until today. With the information at hand, unsa man among buhaton? Because ako as mayor, gisuwatan na akong IATF na mo prefer kong ECQ because of the cases I have in my city. I wrote the IATF, pero unlike Lapu-Lapu, Cebu, and Mandawi, I am not a highly urbanized city. I need to have the concurrence of the province para ma-ECQ ko balik. So, unsa man yun? That is my problem now, and that is the problem I believe every mayor here is facing. Pero mas grabe akong problema, kaya napuman akong kaso. So, we really need guidance on this. Because we are not only fighting the pandemic that is coronavirus, but we are also fighting pandemic which is sowing fear in our every community here in the province of Cebu. So I think the best person to talk about this is Regional Director Bernadas. So all of us here can make a good decision on what to do. Because right now, my decision is to put it in a ECQ. Kami diri sa Talisay. I wrote the IATF, but I need the concurrence of the governor. But maybe I can change my mind regarding on what you say today.
Mayong hapon sa atong tanan. Labi na gayon sa atong pinalanggang governor, atong members of Congress, mga representatives of different national agencies, members of the provincial board, my dear mayors, and fellow civil servants. Gov, you pushed my admiration of you to the next level. Thank you very much for the wisdom. You know, the governor was talking about the figures earlier as an authoritative epidemiologist. She even ventured into spatial epidemiology. I-analyze niya ang insakto ang mga data. Thank you very much, Gov, for pushing forward the inconvenient truth that we just cannot say publicly and loudly early on. But what we did in the Philippines and the other Asian countries were also laudable. We have been hearing a lot about flattening the curve. That was nothing more than extending the time that we will get the number of cases that we have. Because the first and foremost problem that we face is our poorly developed health system. We just cannot afford to have the flood of patients coming into our hospitals. Neither to our rural health units. And that was the real purpose and the very purpose of our community quarantine. And that was the wisdom also of declaring a national emergency, health emergency for the entire country. Because very unluckily, we were not prepared. We were not prepared because first, we do not know the entire epidemiology of the virus. Second, we were not really certain on how the virus behaves. And third, we were not ready with an upsurge of cases. But looking at the history of China, we were already adept with the initial statistics. Di ba? We were propagating the truth that only a big 80% of cases were asymptomatic. Based on what the history in China tells us was only 5% of these cases needed hospitalization. And a little over 2% needs the ICU. So that's what the initial figures that we had then. But that was a history faced by Wuhan at the beginning of the crisis. And that was what also Italy and the United States behaved at the beginning of the crisis. They were not and they did not lock down communities at the beginning. What was good for Asian countries and our country, we decided early on the community quarantine and effectively delayed the transmission of the virus. And that is what the figures Governor Gwen has presented now, today. That was, of course, the picture of how the Philippine statistics about COVID-19 is at present. But that was our accomplishment, Gov. Our accomplishment when we locked down communities and delayed the transmission of the virus. The inconvenient truth that I was presenting early on is the real problem that we as doctors were telling our politicians and political leaders. That this is not really as what the figures have told you. The problem that is very baga and very deadly. Because if you look at our statistics, morbidity and mortality, we forgot about dengue. Now, and remember, we have more deaths than dengue in January until now than COVID-19. We forgot about TB. A lot of our people are dying of the TB every day. What we see in our mortalities, majority of them, incidental lang ang COVID. Majority of them had their own illnesses in the first place. But what we have done is still very laudable. Our political leaders decided that we have to lock down communities to extend at a later time peaks of diseases on the incidence of this virus. Remember, my dear mayors and Gov, we are not yet off the peak. Wala pa kita ni abot sa peak sa atong incidence in Region 7. Nagsaka pa man ta, actually. But we never reached pa na, we have manageable figures for now. Because if you look at the entire country, we have one of the best statistical correlation in the entire country on utilization of hospital beds, utilization of ICU beds, utilization of ventilators, and even the number of cases that dies. The entire country, we are the lowest. And thank you, my dear local chief executives. This is your accomplishment. So, look, we have really to thank the governor for that. She was the forefront in this fight when we started. Our response was really laudable. The entire country is even looking and asking, what have you done correctly or better in Region 7? I think we were at the very beginning, we were the first who was visited by the virus. The first case that was identified, the first 3 cases identified, passed through Region 7. Cebu, Dumaguete, Bohol. But we acted swiftly. Thank you, Go. Thank you, Mayors. We acted swiftly in controlling our borders. We were the first to really implement those lockdowns. And that improved a lot on the next 3 months that we have experienced. But comes now. The decision to become transmission to general community quarantine of the province of Cebu and the general community quarantine of the cities of Mandaue and Lapu-Lapu. Medyo I had some disagreements. Why? Because our figures, really, if you look at the figures for Cebu, no question, walang problema kahit may naman ang problema sa Cebu. But looking at Lapu-Lapu and Mandaue, kasaka pagin gihapon ang ilang mga data. Although di kayo po daghan. Makasulod ra sa atong criteria. Ako ipakita niya kang Dr. Baton ang atong gigamit sa IATF na mga basis for this classification. So, and they also forgot the contiguity of the 3 tri-cities and the neighboring municipalities as to business, livelihood, and economics. So, there was an appeal. We submitted the appeal, and we are waiting for the response ng IATF. And I heard Mayor Samsam and Mayor Joy also joined the appeal, but it has to pass through the governor. So we are waiting for the governor's action on that. But nevertheless, now what we see is what we have worked for. Because of what we did, that is the figure that we are looking at now. Have not we done what we did the past 3 months, that could not have been the picture. So for all of us, to Secretary Mike Lino and the team, to our chairman of RDC, Ken Gobonpue, and the rest of the Bayanihan group who has really pushed forward for all these initiatives, especially for the Tri-Cities, that will eventually affect the entire island, is highly laudable. By tomorrow, or by today, testing for Cebu will end, but we will have a meeting in the afternoon to evaluate because we have not reached that 70%. That there will be a decision this afternoon on what to do, but we will be recommending at least to reach the 70% for Cebu. Because these are the places that we could really see the entire picture of the different barangays. And mind you, this is not purely for the Tri-Cities. This is eventually for the entire island, and even the entire Visayan Mindanao region, because the Tri-Cities is the business hub of Visayan Mindanao. Thank you very much, Gob. I think I have to give you back this microphone, and if you would give time, Dr. Van Baton will present how GCQ to ECQ or ECQ to GCQ was being assessed with some of the figures that you will also show. Dr. Van?
I may just answer the question of Mayor Samsam, because we've heard our regional director confer upon me, without my going to school, the title of epidemiologist. Na doktor, murag doktor na ko ani. Your question, Mayor Sam, so what do we do? Ganina niingon ko, kaya ba din nato? I-testing na to 10% of the population? Unya, 300,000 na. Kung 10% ni ana positive, ato na i-isolate, ato na pakanon. Ini-contact trace na to, 30,000 na. Ang 30,000, tag-20 ka buok, ang inyong na-contact trace, times 20, 600,000 na. Kana lang, ginagmay na. Inyo na pakanon, buntag unto gabi, i-test pagid na. Unya, kung na-positive, ana, bisag asymptomatic, unya, di mo develop og symptoms, dili man, kinanglan i-testing pa man yung kaduha, nga negative. Pwede ko sa negative, recovered. Unsaon man ni nato? Let me share with you our very own experience at the CPDRC. I presented to you the figures. Sa CPDRC, we had a total of 37 cases. Aning 37, duha ang namatay. 35 na habilin. Katong duha, puro to inmates. Katong pito ni ining 37, jail guards. So 30 ang inmates. Minus 2, 28. Na naka-admit rong usa for vaginal bleeding, so 27 ang nabilin. Kani sila, di pang isolate na niya, kay di pang hilantan, di pang ubo. Ako nang giingon ninyo, we gave them mega doses of vitamin C, kahilada, turmeric, gipatuog. Instead of ventilator, tuog. Twice a day. All of them now no longer have symptoms. Wa pa lang yapon mo gawas ang resulta nga negative na ni sila. So di pa may maka-declare na recovered. What do we do? Our direction will be sa province of Cebu. Kadtong magpakita og symptoms, immediately atong i-test. Kaya para atong ma-isolate kung kaha COVID positive ba ni sila. Once mo gawas ang resulta nga positive, then mo contact trace ta. But, that's the big but. Because take into consideration ang inyong kaugalingong resources. So, di lang financial ha, human resources. Overburdened na inyong mga births. Kani sila, advise them further. Build up the immune system. As with any virus, give your body a fighting chance against this virus. Kaya nga naman, ang kadaghanan ng namatay dito sa Amerika, nursing homes, immunocompromised na. Kadaghanan, and the data will show, most of those, ang fatalities, dunay comorbidities, dunay existing condition. As I said kanina, dito sa Cebu City, nagdagandagan ka mga tao, wa na nga ospital. Pwerdeng liguna, pero positive na tanan ha. So I think, para nako lang, it is wrong nga mo-consider na ta, porque taas kaayo ang incidence of positive cases, mahadlok na taana. Kay for all you know, basig ikaw positive, ako positive kang tanan, asymptomatic lang ta. Nga naman mo, inom naman ko karon og katuluso sa kadlaw vitamin C. I'm sure kamo uban nang inom na mo vitamins. Katuwa pa ka tilaw sa una og turmeric mo, tilaw na ron. Ang alegria na bang alegria ko ay baligya. May baligya dito. Tag 1,000 ang per kilo ang powder, pero musugot na lang siya kung 900. May na lang na sa mga 800 na, di ka naog na. May na lang organic na ha, organic. Nagpalit ko. Hibaw ani si Mayor. Diba? Moto akong ipainom sa atong inmates. If you would have read the EO, do not padihay health regimen akong giapil. Where everyone will be strongly encouraged to do the following. Because we cannot treat this as a deadly virus. It is not. And the only way that we can possibly scientifically determine whether it is that deadly is to compare the number of deaths with the total population. Dili, kung pinaka-positive cases, kaya kung mauna, di na tamo atong Singapore. 15,000 ang positive case dito. Pero pila namatay? 21. That's how we will deal with it. It's in the executive order. Exactly what we shall be advising on. All of our hospitals karon tamnan na ko limonsito. Inig-uli ninyo pag sa munian ng limonsito nga ako grafted na ha, magsigil na nagbunga. Naasad ko tagsa sa buana kapak na turmeric, ika na sa alegria na magipalit. Basta mo anak, kada usa anak, makahimo na o mga 40 ka buok na itugsok naman na. O, bitaw na ang duwaw. O, tagaan ka mo. Mag-propagate ni kanan o limonsito. Among i-challenge ka ng barangay, mag-grafting o limonsito kay paliton sa Pitolyo. Ihatag na nato ng negosyo sa mga barangay. Pila na ka drafted na maingon anak, paliton na kamo. I believe the way to fight this virus is our constituents, bodies, the fighting chance. God made us in His likeness. I am sure He gave our bodies the chance to fight because there are millions of bacteria and germs and whatever else that we have been able to survive all these millions of years. Why? Tungod sa atong lawas. So build up the immune system, boost it with dili man ni komplikado, di man ni ventilator, tuog. Pwede ra kay nagkon, butangan nimo gini tubig. Kuha kag habol pero ang Cebu City na nay tuog set. Electric airpot, habol. I mean, you know, it's something that can be done. Kaldero, butangi gini tubig. Gihimo na nato. I wish wa lang sila makakuan. Ipakuha na nako karon ng testimonial ang tanan nga mga CPDRC inmates nga nangaayo. Para sila mismo musulti unsa ilang gigian. Let's build it up. For example, daghang ka cases napo man imo. So far, I mean considering pila may population sa Talisay. Pila. Oh, i-compute ko no, 2 deaths. 2, right? 3 divided by 300,000. Pila na per million. Pero mahimo na kadtong mga kay kamo dunay man uri gipang labi na tong dunay mga positives. Gipang contact trace na GPUM na ninyo. Tagain na o build up their immune system. Let them fight the virus themselves. Kay bisan kadtong mga gipanghilantan nako nga mga inmates nga ayo. Nagtuob lang kadua sa kaadlaw. I think that is also the inconvenient truth, that there's nothing complicated about this. We thought it was, because we did not know anything about this virus. But with the data that is available already, if we will only analyze, what is so different niini nga maong virus kaysa hilangtan ka? Unsa may tambal ka ni adto sa mga katiguangan kung hilantan ka, ubuhon ka, di ba patuubon ka sa inyong mga lola, pero kaning mga millennials parehas ni Mayor Christine, Mayor Samsa Monica ila pagtuob. Steam inhalation. Oh. Steam inhalation. Translation tuob. Ako nang himuon as a matter of lifestyle. Pagpainit, that's vitamin D. So, mo gina akong kwan, that's the very direction. Kanang gipang contact trace na to, di na mo ka-afford ang sige kaon. Kaya magpadayon matag-test. Labi na, katong mga ILIs, SARIs, ipadayon na nato test. Hindi positive ana, isolate yun na. Contact trace, pero I don't know, o kaya pa ba na nga magsige mong pakaon na nila. In the United States now, doon na yung PM na ko, kung positive kuno sila, they're not even told. They continue to work, pero paimno ng dagang vitamin C. Now they're realizing this. Doon na yung PM na ko, with the States. Muna na ang bago nila, paagi. Build up the immune system. Of course, that is an inconvenient truth to our giant pharmaceutical companies. O kinsa pa na maligyag ventilators. We have to have a change of mindset because it will never end. Yes, as I said, tanawara, ang shift, pagsugod ani, labihang striktahan ako, perting sukuas mga tao. Distriktahan ako. Karon nagkadaghan ang cases positive, dili ingon nangamatay. Kay nag-massive testing, kusog kay testing sa Cebu City, kumpara na 1,500 pa na ko na reading sa ato. Cebu City, 8,000 na. But relatively, o sige, mauna ang positive. Di ba ningon kay mamatay na sila? Kaya pinaramay namatay. We have to change that. Karon musugot na tanang tao. Isa kunsa pa ako isulti, tungod sa kahadlok. And as I said, give in lang ko sa akong dictatorial tendencies, ay magpadayon ka, ay moapil kog hangyo, mag-isikyo gyapong province, kaya di ka po anak, isa kunsa ako isulti. Okay ra? Naama na ninyo to control, to discipline, but it is also time for us, for them to know, mauni ang actual sitwasyon. Even Cebu City, mauni, kung ako ning ikumparar sa uban nga mga sakit, nga nangamatyan, kung namatay, 14 deaths to 1 million ang Cebu City. Pero, ang cardiovascular illnesses is actually 108 per 100,000. So to 1 million, that is times 10. Diba? That will be 100,000 in 1 million times 10. So look at the disparity there. Sa 100,000, 108 ang fatality sa sakit sa kasing-kasing. Sa 100. So times 10 man, ang 1 million. So ang 108, 1,000, 8 to 1 million. I-compare sa coronavirus na 14. Sa Cebu City, sa ato, tulo. Sa province, tulo. Based on the deaths, ha? Based on the number of deaths. We have to have a change of mindset, or else, what na tayo mahimo? And this province will retrogress by several decades. Mauna. Mayor Christine.
Good afternoon, Gov. May hapon ka na kong tanan. From the very beginning, we were driven by fear, and rightly so. Tanan na itong actions, tanang policies by the local government units and the local chief executives nang lakbod ta sa ato ang syudad, sa atong probinsya, dili na ta magpasulod. Atong iuli gani kung gikan sa Cebu City, sorry Raymond. No, ibalik sila because at that time wala pa kay data. Hence, gitawag siyang novel as what Governor said. Karon, we are in a completely different landscape. We have the data sa Cebu Province, 3 ang fatality to 1 million population. Doon na sa gidungag si R.D. Bernadas. Somehow, we have gained confidence in the past 2 months sa atong experience. Nga kita gay mismo, kabako sa mga mayor, simura gani, mangunay, tingali gani ni contact tracing, kinsa ang close contact, mga termino nga wata kaila before, nakahibaw na ta. So somehow, doon na naging confidence. We have gained confidence in our police, nga maayo kaay mo bantay sa ato ang border controls. Atong relief assistance, medyo, although naadyoy mo yaw-yaw, somehow we have taken care with that. In fact, ato na sanang gidawat ang SAP, na nanasatay kaso kuno, padung nato. However, I do not want the DOH to be placed in a hot seat this afternoon. But I think we have to say this. In actuality, Gov, I know somehow, while we want to protect the lives, there's a need to move on, to move forward. Sama sa gugma, no? Kinahanglan ta mo recover, mag-yun, hugot na siya. However, natawa sa mo, seryoso, man kayo silang tanan. Experience good. However, so see, there's a confidence and there's a fear at the same time, which I feel importante siya, maayo siya nga balanse para why complacency. So right now, I want to ask R.D. Bernadas, the confidence has also to be gained on the part of the Department of Health. Meaning to say, if we move to GCQ, RD, you want us to actively identify ILI's case finding. Maunay gibuhat na to karon. However, how do you make us confident, the mayors, na if na ay sari RD na ang ikabutangan, when in fact, sa si Vicente Soto gani, which daghan kaayo na adiha, kaya di man ka-afford anang mga private na hospital, maglinya man tabo. In fact, karon kanang sari, meaning kinahanglan gid ni siya i-refer og tertiary hospital. So, aktibo kayo ni mag-case finding. Pero what is the plan of DOH? How do you want to address that moving towards the GCQ? Second, in reality, Gov, in fact, I wrote a letter to Regional Director Bernadas and the DILG Regional Director side that I fear, I hope ma-dispel ni later on sa imuhang data and the statements made by the Regional Director. In fact, dili naman magpa-hospital ang mga tao, Cebu City. I have so many cases in Naga nga mo-wave na. Kay mahadlok man sila. Nga mo-adto sa Cebu City. Sorry, Raymond again. Thirdly, in the aspect of testing. You want us to test swab, ILI, 1 and 2, category 1 and 2. How do you also convince us and make us confident that we swab our people, there are results in a matter of days? Please, how do you want to address that? Because the moment you address these concerns, we will be confident and more confident to move to transition towards GCQ. So these are my 3 points, RD, and I hope you can help us and help us be more confident sa ato ang direction, which I feel research driven goal. Thank you.
On the first question, that is the initial dilemma of the health sector and the government itself, because we haven't really fully developed our health system. Remember, we have our health facilities enhancement program. We have all the build-ups that is being conducted sa mga barangay health stations, sa mga rural health units, sa atong mga hospitals, which we haven't really completed yet. Wala pa ganit nakabot, siguro 50%. So, this is the handicap that we really have to face. In fact, this was the primary reason that we have really to delay the spread of the virus through the different ECQs. So how prepared we are for the GCQ, then looking at those figures, that is the first apprehension that we are faced with. Number one, our health workers in the front lines, I mean, the local government units, has really developed some fear initially. Muna mingon ko nga, mga doctors man unta ni, mga nurses man unta ni, nganong mao manahin ko yung madlock. Diba? Because that is the front line. We should fully activate the services of our barangay health stations and our rural health units. Without that, then we cannot be prepared. Because they are the front lines. Next on the line are our hospitals. Because these are the gatekeepers of our end referral hospital, the third level hospitals in the cities. So we really have to activate each level to distribute the cases that are necessarily referred to the bigger hospitals. So that's the first, Mayor Chris. If you will ask me now, if we cannot fully operationalize our rural health units and the barangay stations, we will never be prepared. But we have new facilities that have been established. These are to allay the fears of apprehension sa atong constituency na kinsa ito'y mag-positive. Kaya wala pa gina nato madawat actually. Wala pa nato madawat nga we can isolate the case-positive patients in their homes. Wala pa na nato madawat. But that is acceptable. And that is the only way actually to decongest our hospitals. Muna nga, nag-establish sa og mga quarantine station to allay the fears. Doon na tayo na-establish sa Sacred Heart nga nag-function na karon. And unfortunately, man mapuno. Walo ra man kaboy sulod, walo ra sulod. For now, among gipamalhin ang kaso sa Southern Islands. Sige lang. Mabot ako niya ngayon. Muni ang atong gidi-congest ang Soto, gibutang nato dito. Kaya nga naman, this is very critical to open up our hospitals. Kaya doon ay mga symptomatics, moderately and severely symptomatics, nga magtapok sa hospitals, which can be managed by the lower levels. Unang we have to expand the lower level. Unang gibutangan nato og infirmaries. So kung mahitabo ni siya, we can decongest actually ang Vicente Soto. Pero wala pa na mahitabo o napuno actually ang Vicente Soto. Our average occupancy ng atong dedicated COVID naara sa 40%. It never went higher. 60 ang pinakataas. 60% actually. And these are for the SARI cases. O napay atong isolation station sa Vicente Soto. So, ang atong Sacred Heart wa pa na gyapon magpuno anak karon. Murag ang the last time kang hapon 8 ang patients. 13 ni uli ang duha. Kay na may giuli ang hapon. So, this is the picture actually. O napatay giandam napay IEC nga hapit na pud na mahuman. IEC will function by 300. And the minimum na pa ang Cebu City nga dedicated gihapon. So all this, if I look at it the way kung makompleto nato ni siya, the way the morbidity of the virus is showing us with our figures the past 3 months, I think we can really respond to that. Kay 40% naman ang atong utilization sa atong SARI cases sa Vicente Soto and all other private hospitals. A private hospital is flexible because all that can afford can always isolate in a single room. But what is critical ang SARI nga mogamit sa atong ventilators. Pero remember, the use of ventilators sa Region 7 and Cebu City, huwag yapon kaabot og 40%. Tako pa kayo ang atong space to accommodate more. Hopefully, wala na, Mayor. So, on the second note, testing, I have to beg your pasaylo ako ninyo, anak, because I missed on my projection by 1 week. Because we tried to intensify ILI and at the same time start the mass testing ng Cebu on a premise that we could already receive the one-notch Sansure processor for Vicente Soto that will allow Vicente Soto to operate 2,000 a day. And the 96 placer na automated processor ng TBRL so that the TBRL can run to 800 a day. So we missed that for a week. So nabilaukan ta for a week. But fortunately, niabot na gahapon ang 96 players. So we're running it. Mupaspas na ta. Ang Vicente Soto, naana lang sila kagahapon na figure, mga 300 nga backlog. Unya ang naa sa TBRL, mga 400 plus nga backlog. So mahurot na niya karong adlaw, by the next 2 days, wala na tayo backlog, pas-pas na ta. Ug moabot tong 2,000 nga capacity sa Soto, then we could easily achieve 3,000 a day. So, yun ang atong picture goal. So we can continue talaga on our endeavor to test, trace, and treat. Kaya makaragin po din. Because we will be emphasizing and educating our people that the positive cases can really be isolated at home. Pero, tungod man sa ato laging morag ka ng kadlukan, atong i-prepare ang atong infirmaries. For the meantime, di pa siya mapuno, ato siya punon. Pero, atong hinahinayon ng atong mga kaigunan pagpasabot, na pwede ragin siya sa balay. I-monitor lang nato sa balay kung ma-develop siya, even the mildly symptomatics. Ma-develop siya severe symptoms, ayan nato ipadala sa atong mga tambalanan. And sakto dito ang kanggong, the priority to building the immune system, to build the physical body, to really, and do not forget the mental body also. Nga natay psychosocial support for the the holistic approach of facing the situation.
May I just give you a kanang asa tadapi. I give you sa yun, submit man tanan MHO sa CHO sa tanan sari o ILI. O musubmit po ang tanan chiefs of hospitals. Upat man ka provincial hospitals nato, 12 ka district hospitals. They submit every day. Now, since March 23, 2020 until May 13, 2020, the Provincial Health Office has recorded 214 patients with acute respiratory infection and recorded 836 patients influenza-like illness in the provincial and district hospitals in the province of Cebu. So, mauni ang over a month nga na-recorded nga na admit. As per the kuan, ang na-referred na to was just 28 to the Vicente Soto kay kuan raman ta dito sa province, referral and referral. Gikan sa atong barangay health station ngadto sa RHU, ngadto sa atong district hospital o provincial hospital. Mao ni ang atong kuan. That's why I've been asking nga active case finding ta. Ang ILI total is cumulative niya ang sa mga as of ako naman dahil isuti 836 ang ILI, and most of these progress wala ni progress, so gipa-advise for home isolation sa atong mga ospital. Basta inyo lang i-refer na sa atong mga RHUs karon o mga provincial hospitals or district hospitals. Ang advice yun dito, build up the immune system. Tagaan gid na sila vitamin C, paimnon na og limonsito, paimnon og turmeric, unya ipatuog. That's already a protocol sa tanan nato nga RHUs sa provincial o district hospitals. So it has not really overwhelmed us kung atong huna-hunaon. Dili ingon anak kadaghan. Cumulative naman to, total naman to. So, bisa, okay, to give you an example, sa kagahapo atong May 13 lang nga report sa atong mga provincial hospitals, ang total inpatient ang tuwa sa ato nga sari is 5. Sa 16 ka ospital, 5 ka sari. Pila ang na-referred to the Vicente Soto, usa. So, unong tanan, 5 ang naa sa atong mga ospital, unya usa ang na-referred to Vicente Soto. Ang ILI, ang admitted sa atong mga ospital, 3. Pila ang sent home and advice for home isolation, 4 o 5 sa mga ospital ni nato. Sa RHU sa inyo ni, gikan ni ninyo, May 13, ang total ILI 25. Total sari, 1. Mo na isado, this is already tanan ninyong report sa 44 towns of 6 cities. That is really the state. However, og magpa-mass testing pa, basi lupigan para itong Cebu City. Kadaghan atong positive. Pero pangutana rin na, pila may mo-develop og symptoms. Unya, pila may magrabihan. And eventually, pila may mamatay. So I really think, right now, usab ako una-una, it's change of perspective. It's not really ang positives. May raman to, fine. But it is impractical for us kung asymptomatic ang positive ato nang i-isolate, mag-contact trace sa, naghuwat pa tas resulta, 20 ka buok ato ko nang i-isolate. Saan man na ninyo pag-sustain? Kanya gusto ko mo, padayon tahan to katapusan suig, wali na. Bankrupt na tatanan. Mayor Sam.
Okay. Most of the mayors are here already because we have to talk about the complications, the advantages and disadvantages of murag pagpalhin gikan sa ECQ padung sa GCQ. I think it will not be a very difficult decision for mayors with 0 cases. As I said earlier, we are not only fighting the corona pandemic but the fear pandemic in our respective LGUs. Up until you change the protocols and maklaro na to na this is not a virus as dangerous as Ebola, as dangerous as SARS, as dangerous as others, mawagtang ang fear sa tao niya na. That's why I'd like to thank Cebu City. Cebu City, daghan na sila positive, but you know what's going to happen? And it mo din itong mapakita sa tanang probinsya. Sa kadaghan silang positive, Cubao ko asymptomatic na tanan. In the next couple of weeks, we will be seeing so much recoveries in Cebu City. And that they will set a trend in the whole province of Cebu. Diri na mo sa Talisay, I see a trend na katuang amo ang mga pasyente na walay mga previous conditions such as cancer, such as kidney disease and others will recover. But up until I can tell the people of Talisay that they are safe, or DOH can tell them that they are safe pending the news of all the recoveries from Cebu City and others, it would be a very difficult decision in my part with 10 cases. It would be very difficult for me because I can't use one day. Tomorrow will be supposedly the GCQ. I cannot use one day to disseminate to everyone in Talisay all the details that we have seen here. All the details that this is not like other viruses. Ang people who unfortunately passed away, who are positive of the COVID virus, have previous conditions. I cannot explain that to the people of Talisay in one day before mag-GCQ ugma. So it will be a difficult decision in my part. So motong nihangyong ko na ma-extend ko, so makita na to ang recoveries in Talisay, makita na ko ang recovery sa Cebu City, so I can make an educated decision. It will not be a difficult decision for mayors with 0 cases. But with a mayor like me with 10 cases in my city and no clear guidelines yet of this is safe or not, I cannot risk it as well.
I think you have, that's why kinanglan na to take up ang EO, no? One by one. Because as I said, we're adopting the general guidelines of the IATF, which continues to impose social distancing, which continues to impose certain limitations on business establishments. Padayon na, unsa may diferensya? Public transport. Ang public transport, ana, 25%, 50% ra ang makasakay. Subject pag yun, mao nang ni ang LTO, ni ang LTFRB, kay dunay ilang mga rules o regulations, ana. Unsa may impact ana ninyo, di na kamo may magsigig pagsakay sa mga inyong mga tao. Kay makadaga na ang mga buses o minibuses. Mo gyud na. Ang mga tricycle na mga drivers karon kamoy nagsustener, pwede na makadagan subject to certain conditions. Maura ni usara ka pasahero ang pwede makasakay. Pero at least nakadagan na. Tanawa usa. Because we are constrained to adopt the IATF guidelines for GCQ. It's not a case of all hell breaks loose. Nga mura og ang flood waters nagsigig build up in a dam, kunya mo break, murag nakabuhi sa kuril. Naaman tayo ipabilin o kwarantina. Ang ilang gusto 20 anyos, ang ato 18. Dili kagawas gyapon ang mga batanon kay mao man ay badlungon kayo. Ang mga seniors, may hangyo na, gusto nila sa 60 anyos, 2 arasod, dili na kagawas, nakasabuta. Ako, sa 60 naman ko kapin, ang kagawa, abtis ko baya ko. Ang atong pagkinalang magpabilin sa balay, ang mga immunocompromised. Doon ay mga pre-existing conditions. Doon na ta gani, nakita na mo sa akong kopya para sa dialysis patients. Doon na tayo protocols para ani. So, please read the EO. Kay kana, dili dakog diferensya. And as I said ganina, it all depends on the discipline that you will impose. Kay everybody, magdala pa o quarantine pass. Doon na pag yung vehicle quarantine pass. Magpadayon. Dili kay ang tanan private vehicles, kamo may magbuot. Pilay padaganon, encourage ang as what you are doing now for wet markets, dunay certain schedules for barangays. Gani, ang mga sakyanan ng public transport, markahan na, namiting na ta. Gimitingan na nato ang tanan natong public transport, ang mga bus operators o ang minibus. Nga gali ang Presidente's minibus, si Vice Mayor Julie Flores. Markahan na og X na dili pwede kalingkuran. Kung duha na ka rows, usara makalingkod either side. 50%. Unya mo ingon mo mahal ang taripa, dunay giset ang LTFRB. And they cannot go beyond that. More than that, kailangan sila mo special permit, mo issue sad ang Kapitolyo o public utility pass. The minute nag-over sa 50% na passenger capacity, unya dunay report or wa mo sunod sa tariff na giset sa presyo sa ticket, then bawion na dayon, ma-revoke ang cargo vehicle public utility pass ni ining mga buses o minibuses. Ang South Bus Terminal dili na nato gamiton kay ECQ pa man ang Cebu City, why public transport mo nang unta to sa Lisay, magita ta dito lugar to adito ibutang nato ang temporary terminal. Ang series unta ni hangyo nga magbalik-balik ilang bus kuno kay niya nasa Cebu City, ang ilang motor pool nasa Cebu City, ang ilang gasolinahan tanan ikono dili mahimo ang kanang inyong mga driver kada adlaw musud nya og gawas. Kay naman tay border control. So sila mangitag paagi. Basahan ninyo kay dili man ingon lagi nga kung GCQ ta. In fact, stages manggali ni. From ECQ to GCQ, from GCQ to modified GCQ to low risk. Katong mga low risk karon gibalhin to modified GCQ. These are stages. In the same way, from February 3 until March 30, pila na ni ka EO sa abot guta, EO 5 man to. A, B, C, D, E, naabot ang Q, -1. graduated ang atong mga restrictions in the same way na phased ang atong pagsira, phased pod ang atong pag-abli. And we can do this. Why? Na-establish naman yung discipline under ECQ. So it's a misconception to think na ang GCQ, in fact we are placed under moderate GCQ, general moderate GCQ. Na-establish naman na to. Social distancing will have to continue. Ang mga malls will have to impose gihapon that social distancing. Padayon man, mao gihapon na. That is very, very important. Now, unsa may atong naablihan? Kay tanang gyms, sirado gihapon. Ang tanang movie theater, sirado gihapon. Tanang cockpit, sirado gihapon. Karaoke bars, tanan. Pubs, sirado. Unsa may atong giabli? Restaurants, pwede 50% dine-in. Pero you can revoke the license or the permit o di patuod. Unsa pa? Sports activities na contact sports, basketball, volleyball na magkasingki ay dili pwede. But we are silent. Kaya kung gusto ka mag-tennis, ikaw raman ang imong kontra, pila man na, kung pilayuan man na inyong distancing. Kung gusto ka mag-golf, ikaw raman imong kadi. So we are silent on that. Atong gipahaom sa reality. General guidelines sa IATF, ako nang gi-specify. And I have asked, and we have 3 congressmen here with us, akong gihangyo unta ng present tanan, kay in the same way nga si PJ, iyang gimiting ang mga mayors sa 3rd district, nga mahimo sad mag-meeting ang mga mayors per district para sabutan ninyo, para away nga dili man nakasud na kon nalusura na rin amo. May man magsabot ba? Ang initiative came from PJ and the mayor sa 3rd. So, pwede sa na ang 5th magsabot. What other restrictions that you would wish to continue? Or unsa may mahimo nga concessions, restrictions, concessions para sa constituents and between LGUs. Yes, Mayor Mar.
Good afternoon, Governor. Good afternoon, everybody. Since we're talking already about the draft GCQ for the province, we talked about it in our municipality yesterday. The difference between Manila and in Luzon and other places where the tricycles, they only have 2 passengers inside, while in our case here in Cebu, there is a front seat and a back seat. And we were thinking, and it is even passed in the council, that they're thinking of coming up with a proposal where they'll put a plastic division between the front and the back, and if this can allow 2 passengers because of the configuration of our tricycles. I understand if it's not to be allowed, then we cannot do it, but this is like a concession because to have 1 passenger only and they'll be able to cross borders with your, I don't know, unless they come up with a fixed, with the rates are fixed by the lungsod, they'll have to ask extra higher rates tingali.
Anyway, we will discuss that thoroughly, no? Once we go to the EOs. Ari sa General Mayor, okay, what we need to agree upon is, gideclare na maguta. Okay? Inani ni, gideclare na pa nga GCQ. Ang Talisay o Miglanilla ni-request na ipabilin sila sa ECQ. Isuwat ang regional director sa DILG na po. This has reference to the letter of Mayor Elanito, si Mayor Samsam, requesting that for a risk reclassification from GCQ to ECQ. On May 11, the Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases has passed Resolution number 35, Series of 2020, thereby classifying the province of Cebu as moderate risk province, thus placing under general community quarantine. Appurtenant thereto, Section F of IATF MEID Resolution number 30, Series of 2020, expressly authorized the provincial governor to impose, lift, or extend ECQ in component cities and municipalities upon concurrence of the relevant regional counterpart body of IATF. So, regional co-chairman si RD Bernadas. So, mo ni atong situation karon. I'm presenting this to you kay kung mag-GCQ ka, ECQ pa man ang city, ang atong mga terminals, kay mobalik man ang atong public transportation, will have to be transferred. Gikan sa South Bus, mag-temporary ta. Kung mag-ECQ ang Talisay, dili gihapon makasud ang series, ang mga minibus sa Talisay. Mangita na putas ng Lanilya. Mapa-ECQ masad ang Lanilya. So, adto na putas nga ka. I mean, muna sitwasyon. Muna may tabo. Pwede di man makasud ang public transport sa ECQ na areas. Now, in the case of Mandaue, ang North Bus Terminal na as Mandaue, ni-request nga magpabilin sila sa ECQ. Na-granted na? National? Wa pa na-granted. Submitted na ang request, wa pa mag-granted. National ang mag-grant, anak. Kaya sila may declare. Like for us, province of Cebu man. So, any of you nga gusto magpabilin, ari mo sa gobernador. Kani sila, ang Mandaue o Lapu-Lapu, ni-request nga magpabilin sa ECQ. Kung mag-granted na, that means, ang North Bus Terminal, dili na ito magamit. Muirog na po tangan ito sa konsulasyon. Kaya dili makasud ang mga buses, public transport, diri sa Mandaue. I was hoping na ay representative sa Mandaue diri. Si Glenn Madi ay mo ini-represent. O lagi, ikaw lagi ni-represent board Soko. Cebu City is here because later on si Councilor Raymond also has dunay request ang 3 cities, ang tri-cities. But lahiyon sa nato kadali mo na. So that is the consequence. Mo na may tabo. Unya, kung ECQ ang Talisay o Mindanilya, does that mean mag-border control ka? Kay GCQ naman after Mindanilya. So mag-border control, dili na to. Yun. Kung karon makasud ang taga Mindanilya ngadto sa Naga or ngadto sa San Fernando and onwards, karon mo apply ang akong exemptions under Executive Order 5Q-1. May bawa mo sa mga exemptions ra. Jutay ra kaayo kadturang mga essential workers, ang skeletal workforce kinahanglan mangayo og ID. Kay ECQ man, GCQ man ang lain. That is the mo resulta sa pagkakaroon o may problema ang atong gi-border ng control Cebu City raman. But between GCQ ug ECQ, mag-border control ta. Ako lang kuan sa napo nimo ka cases 8 kay duha namatay man. Ang 8 ana ang positive. Kaya wa pa may lain nga bot nga kuan, pero I think positive. But as it is 8. Kung magkuha tag history, ang uban ani sobrang nag 14 days. Di aman ko'y record. Ang birang record kung paano sa aning kuan, kaning 8. Di sobrang nag 14 days, pero di pa ma-declared na recovered. Kaya kinahanglan mo test negative. How do you deal with the fear factor? I say and I challenge your leadership, harness that fear factor. Turn it around and tell them, og di mo manginom aning vitamin C, di mo maninom, mga mananom og limonsito, di mo inom aning turmeric, base ka mo, padamos, Vicente Soto, mga matay mo. Ana-ana ninyo, deal with it that way. Nanghadlok naman na daan, gamitan na in a positive way to help us kay mga dako kayo tag atubangon, isagubang na nato ang tagsatagsa nato kay LGU, dili lang kay kaning COVID-19. Mo'y labing importante ug mo'y nag-inusara na problema nato. Turn it around. Shift it. Tell them, this is the only way you will be able to survive. Inom, ikuan, i-boost sa inyong immune system. Ha? Okay, Sam. Ang San Roque nimo na-confirmed May 1. May 15 na ron, 14 days na. Pero dili pa maingong recovered. Oh, dunay symptoms? Wa lagi. They should have shown symptoms by now. Mo bitaw na ang bali sa akong giingon. Ang tanan nato ug makinud-anay tag test ug 10% ana basin kita positive ta. Basin positive ta. Pero ang pangutana diha, gilantan ta, giubo ta. Naglisod na ta ginhawa. Aw mo bina ana ka padung. Kung immunocompromised ka, kung masakiton na kadaan, natay laing sakit, or low kaayo ang atong immune system. Yapasamo, April 15 pa ning usang na confirm. Grabe ako dani Dok, uy, yung tanong, Dok, April 15 pa ning usang taga-Dumlog. Wa paghihapon niya, 1 month na, wa pa resulta. No, dili man yan namatay. Lain yun.
Ito, dugaya sa sultan.
Stable man eh. Namatay guwat. Oh, stable man eh. Recovered na eh. Si Pamador ko no. Kaning si Pamador, recovered na. O, diya pa. Di ay May 3. Stable. Kani si Chabelita Herragyod. Nada sa Vicente Soto kay manganak. Way ubo, way hilana, way sipon, manganak. Nya kay di protocol naman na, di ba? Ang tanan manganak kinahanglan iswab. Kay para dili masagol sa uban. O di na positive. Kay for all you know, kasi kita positive sa tanan eh. Na positive, pero wala. Hinanglan na to i-isolate, i-positive. Katong madridehos, naabot o Vicente Soto sa to, no? Niya ba si Mayor Juan? Si Madridehos? Nanganak sa to. Magpasisaryan man, niabot sa Vicente Soto o Visayas Community. Protocol lagi, iswab. O di positive. Think about it. Kung mag-swab tingali ka karon, pila ka nato positive, no? Mo'y nakaparat, i-isolate ta, di ta kauli sa atong mga lungsod. Si Mayor Alex, may pakaon na to. Kana lang ako siguro na magamit na ninyo nga kahadlok ba, turn it to something positive para mo katuog. Buhatan ni, it's in the Panawa sa executive order. Natay health regimen diya, strongly encouraged. health regimen, Section 9. Drink 8 to 12 glasses of water. Drink warm turmeric salabat tea mix twice daily. Drink freshly squeezed calamansi juice twice daily. Sleep at least 8 hours a day. Maintain a healthy and balanced diet. Exercise or stay under the sun for at least 30 minutes from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. When needed, perform steam inhalation or tuog. Regularly take vitamins such as vitamin C, B complex, and zinc. Nga pa ha? And listen to this. Bahin sa pangaligo sa dagat. Bahin ni sa mga sirena, tugita, o ukoy. Subject to the rules of social physical distancing, the prohibition of mass and or leisure activities, home quarantine on immune-compromised persons, and other regulations by the LGUs concerned. So, itagaan ako kamo ni anak nga flexibility. The following may be allowed to help boost. So, gisud ni nato nga activities under the health regimen. Because what will not be allowed under the GCQ regime? Leisure activities. Pang-sosyalan, doon na kay dili pa na pwede. Pero, the following shall be allowed to help boost the immune system. Bathing and swimming in the sea, beaches, rivers, and other open body of waters between 8 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Walking, jogging, or plainly sun basking between 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Any other form of physical activity. But gatherings on beaches, outings, and other activities that will involve more than 10 persons shall be prohibited. It's in the EU. And take note, under Section 8, we still adopted the very strict border controls na maura ni ang pwede makalusot between GCQ o ECQ.
Under sa Talisay, if you are put in a GCQ, we have over, I think, 50 swabs waiting in the DOH. I'm not sure how many because we've been contact tracing a lot with all our positives. So, ang akong kahadlukan, I usually get the results around this time. 3 p.m., 4 p.m., I get the results kasi positive o negative. Kung maabot, na naa yung mga positive karon simba ko lang. And I tell my people na na positive, mga ratol, gina. So, ang sitwasyon sa kuha, I'm kind of concerned kung mo-open ang among mga malls, mo-open ang among public transportation, and social distancing cannot be followed because ang mga tao uhaw kayo na mulaab sa mga malls, umukaon sa gawas. I'm scared and I'm concerned that my cases will rise, and without the proper info dissemination that this coronavirus is not as bad as it is, mora gid akong kadlukan.
Tanawa palihog Section 3 na mo ni ang mga prohibited. Unya ang malls, they are subject, the operation of malls are allowed limited operation pa yun. Complying faithfully with DTI Memorandum Circular 20-21, guidelines on the operation of malls. Still, that's okay, Talisay has a mall. Naana sa inyong discretion. I think you can even declare na dili usa kanira mo pwede. Allowed limited operations. That is the broad guideline. So define what is a limited operation. In fact, a mall is open karon kay tungod sa inyong groceries, tungod sa inyong supermarkets. Apply mo na. ang tungod sa mga pharmacies. That's a limited operation.
Ako lang yung kadlukan ko. Pero I will, kung unsay ato ang kasabutan diri, I'm willing to follow. Ang ako lang yung kadlukan, within a day, tomorrow na magsugod, basig maglibog ang tao,
Sunday pa, Monday pa.
if ever.
If ever.
If ever.
That's why I called you karon kay we have to agree. Kung kanusaan para ninyo, ready mo. Remember katong pag-ECQ na to, nangayo ko usa sa inyong input. Kanusaan mo ma-ready.
What I'm just concerned of is the info dissemination between GCQ and ECQ Gov. Basig ang mga tao magtuo ang GCQ is like the new normal naman magpuno. Pero we can handle it sa police Gov. We can handle it. We can handle a peace and order situation. I'm just really concerned with my 10 cases. I think Ming Nanilia would feel the same. But up until naay mo recover sa amo, then mapakita na po sa mga tao na it's not as dangerous as it is, if that really is true, then maglisod ko decide at this moment to go.
Na kayo ni-recover, di ba? Katong April 14, ni mo. Ni-recover na to.
Go. Oh, pero nagdagan pa medyo what actually si patient 2 naguwa sa sa swab niya karon.
Yeah, if we're talking of recovery, mo itong mga positive. And
Positive and negative na.
of the 10 positive, 8 na lang nabilin, namatay man ang duha. So you have
Tulo na
8.
namatay ko. Namatay yesterday isa. But she had thyroid fever.
Not because of COVID. Okay.
She was COVID positive but she died because
So,
of thyroid
nabili mo
fever.
7 na lang.
Yes.
O, 7. Katong usa nga April 14, recover na mo to. Na may April 14 ni mga case. Yara. Ni-recover naman to.
Then all the we closed that case Gov, because all the members of our family have come out negative as well.
Alright na.
O kana siyang
I mean, it's a different, that's already a different standard na all the contact tracers or a family must come out negative. Dili na, lahit na na standard by which we will uphold it.
Yes, Gov.
It must be the recovery of the positive.
Yes,
Oo.
I agree.
So, kaning April 15, di ay, April 15 ni mo, sa Dumlog,
Yes.
considered recovered na. So, unom na lang nabilin ni mo.
Yes, Gov.
Hello.
Mayors, I know this is also part of your apprehension of not receiving your test on time. Kana mahay ko pa sa ilo the past week, especially kaya dito nag-intensify sa ILI, and we will promise you, I am promising you today, mahuman ni siya the next 48 hours kanang mga backlog. So mga by Monday, panatang 24 hours na unta nato ma-release ang atong mga results. Pinakataas na ng 48. Kaya magsugod na sa og test sa atong recoveries. Sige padak din nato ang testing sa recoveries kay tungod kay daghan kay ta og backlog.
That's what I'm very concerned about because kanang tanan na backlog nato mauna ang tanan nagi-contact trace na mo from patient 4 to patient 10. Then I'm concerned about a sudden rise before Monday or before tomorrow. Governor.
Yeah. As I was trying to point out, we should have a change of mindset. Lahi ng positive na admitted kay naay symptoms as compared to positive asymptomatic. So, katong admitted na symptoms, definitely, wakon to na to. Nga, mag-contact trace mo kita. Sa tanan positive, mag-contact trace pa. Pero katong na symptoms na admitted sa ospital, lahi siguro atong treatment ana. Sa uban ng mga positives, kay kung mauna, ang 1,700 na positive Cebu City, wato na po ito na ito nga makarecover. Unya, pag-contact trace ato, yan nga, daghan na po na positive, it will never end. Ang ato ni ining protocol, unya, sa province will be, kadtong inyong gi-contact trace, since they were exposed to one positive case, then advise them to boost their immune system. Asymptomatic man. Painagdaghan nga vitamin C. Na ako'y gipalit nga kuhan para ipang-distribute nato sa tanang RHU. Mga 1 million na ka vitamin C punan pa na nato. I-advise sila, not necessarily na ato na, I don't know if you can afford that, na magsige na lang mo ani o quarantena. Dili na madam. So, usbo na natong protocol. Let us presume, parehas bitaw na, look, it caused quite a furor. Barangay Luz, Barrio Luz. Nag-testing, mga 100 plus ang positive. Pagkahuman giundang ang testing, ipangutanan anong gipadayon. Well, because everyone is considered infected. Kay tapad-tapad ko na. Dako kay itong gubot. Kung nag-iningon akong mauna, 9,000 na ay positive. Possibly. But, nakay napuno kamatay dito sa Patera? Naabay na luya dito? Wala. Pero positive. Consider CPDRC. Wala naman kang padayon of test. Ang una na itong gitest, katong mga inmates nagpakita og symptoms. Mo itong gi-isolate na to, unta to, natakdan mo itong nurse na taga Cebu City, pero positive itong nurse, pero okay ra. I-isolate na to, kaya gipang ubo, gipang hilantan. Unya, kisay gisunod na to para siguro ta ang mga jail guards. Pero wala ka mo test sa uban. Advice ni Ardi, ingon siya ay na lang na, kinaarman na niya. Pero considered, na virus nila. Ang kana lang magpakita og symptoms, ilahi dayon na, i-isolate dayon na, mo ko'y atong i-test. So na, in a microcosm, kumuingon ko nga, usbo na to atong pagtanaw aning treatment aning nga virus, because I have a case study that I can prove to you, and that is the CPDRC. Ug ako na testingan, 1,700 na. Basig, 1,500 positive. Kurot, positive. Pero, basketball, nagdagandagan, wala. And karon, wala ko'y ILI ha? Wala ko'y ILI, wala ko'y sari. So I don't have to isolate any of the inmates yet. Kaya wak may giubo, wak may gilantan. Pero ako na ipatest ron, ay, tanan, positive. But what does that mean? Mamatay rin sila. Naka-recover madali itong tinuray na yung ipanghilantan niya positive.
Ayong hapon. Ako ko, nalipay kay ko sa GCQ. Kaming mga nasa lungsod, nalipay mi. I think the misconception here is, from ECQ to GCQ, nagtuo mga tao nga open na tanan. But I think, as Mayor Samsam has said, no? Ang atong information at hand, sa ato ang nakuha information. I think it's about time. Kita sa we will give them the information that we have now, that we just learned. Nga kani, this is not as bad as what we have thought it was 2 months ago. Kami, well, we are concerned about 10, 15, 20 patients. Let us also consider the hundreds of thousands of families na way trabaho. Let's keep them moving and allow them to work. Munang, ang ako nalipay mi kay even sa mong lungsod sa Barili, dako nawa tungod na ng livestock market. The livestock market nato is the largest in the region. Sirado na 2 months. Imagine, pila ka ang revenues nawa na mo. Tingali mo sa 2 months lang ka mayroong 1 million. So,
I think it's about time na ang katawhan ipasabot na kaning GCQ dili ni gibuhian ang mga tao na magagawas na tanan. In fact, the CQ is still there. Community quarantine still. Wala na yung open na ta. Wala tay restriction. And your executive order spelled out everything na atong specify. I think I'm very happy nga ni move on na ta, no? Move forward. It's about time to move forward. At gutom na kayo mga tao ko.
Yeah, ako lang i-specify, no, na magsulog mag-mask, wearing of face mask, pwede reusable, face shields or whatever form of PPE when you're out in public. Availability of hand washing and sanitizing stations in places frequented by the public. Sanitizing, disinfecting foot baths in all entrances. So kami mo impose ani sa tanan in all entrances to enclosed and semi-enclosed workplaces. Temperature checks of all persons, like ECQ gihapon, check upon gihapon. Physical and social distancing of at least 1 meter. Placement of relevant on-site signages. Continuous implementation of stringent measures for persons in the LGU who have been confirmed positive. Movement for leisure purposes shall not be allowed. There shall be a curfew from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Nagpadayon atong curfew for the following day or for non-workers and non-exempt. Except for medical emergencies, the following shall be on 24-hour home quarantine. Persons 18 years old and below, persons with immunodeficiencies and other health risks. So muna ang atong general na one. But what about ang katuwa ng mga trabaho? Di na to kaablihan ang mga even resorts. What about ang informal economy? Ang mga barbero, di na to tugtan. Ang mga tigputong buhok, di na to tugtan. Ang mga labandera, undang mo na to. Wa naman na sila mga trabaho ron. Think about it. Mayor Noel, unya si Mayor Sa.
May nga pong Gob, nalipay kay kong dako nga ang isityo to GCQ. Himo kang order na isityo to GCQ. Ang tinunanay lang, ang imong paningkamot sa probinsya, ang imong sila istrikta kuno ka po nakita na ang tibok probinsya mga lungsod, nga wala gyud naigo sa dagko kayo mga sakit. Minimal lang gyud kayo. Iyon ko congratulations ko. Kami mga lungsod, gamay ra gyud kayo may og ira nag-agad damis tabang sa probinsya. No? Ang probinsya, headed by probinsya, Gov-Wayne, 7.1 million. Gov, nahurot na panghatag na buong bugas. Pagto nga nasako, nahatag mo sa mga tao, mayingon pagkid ka mga tao, kanusaan naman sa tansunod. So, karon nga, i-GCQ na nato, makarason namin na kamo, kalihok-lihok na mo. Mora na ito makahimot ang rason sa ito mga tao. Na kanang imong, ihakag na mo nimo mga ideya, nga painon o tumirik, o unsa to, limonsito. So, diyan ka go, tayo na kayo gulason atong mga tao through education. Kung dili mo, mainom kung tumirik o limonsito, i-swap test na mo. Kung mapasitive mo, dad-on mo sa soto. Hadlock na. No, hadlock na go. Ano lang pag-edukar, no? So, dahil mo sinod. Kini nga virus, tinod, no? Nananin na to. Tinod ang ingon ni Gob. Kung magpatisting ta, kitang tanan, daghang positive. Nananin na to. Sakit din na to mga Pilipino. Obhon, pasipon, positive yun da. No, tinanay lang. Pero mas daghan pa nangamatay sa high blood kaysa COVID. Daghang salamat, Gob.
Okay, thank you. Mayor naman, maraming padugog-dungog. Mayor San.
Good afternoon, Gob. Gob, sa Section 3, Permitted Worker of Occupation, Industries, and Businesses. Sa 3.2, Gob, Hotel, Resorts, and other accommodation establishments, no? May continue to operate. Gob, kami ang danbantayan, and I'm sure ang mualbual maupod ni, na ako ang mga kaning resort owners, dive shops, Gob, na nangutana nga pag-open ba, pag-start ba sa atoang ECQ to GCQ, pwede na ba mo travel? But na-question ng Gob, yun, sa una pag-gikan sa mualbual going to Malpascua, Gob, sirado ang border sa Talisay, nga di sad katuyok sa Balamban, kay close man po.
Mo lagi, wa pa nag-usap, wa pa si Jan, wa pa na mag-decide.
Wala ka
Oh, pero ang akong bot pasabot mo bitaw ni, pila man kabuok labi na atong mga lungsod nga dunay mga resorts, pilay na trabaho diha, pilay na undang. So, stricto lang ta. One person per room lang. Usa.
Di na pwedeng gawa
Ay,
kahit magtiyayon.
umuingon. Time pa, kayo maglalis na. Asawa ba na? Kabit ba na ang kuyo? Di ba? Pero, mo na niyo kung may be allowed, ha? Kaya kung boto na unaon, ato yung sundon istrikto, sirado gihapon. Pero what's the point? Kibaw ka, ang atong gi-focus ani, lives and livelihood.
Yes, sir.
Gibalansi na ni nato. Sa una, lives na yun, bahala na ng livelihood.
Yes, sir. Ako ning gipungutan ako kay ang LGU and also kadaghanan sa mga gov na buhigid for sa tourism gov. So since ang mga tourist man gud gov magtabok-tabok man lang gud ning albual niya.
Wa pa, ha? Prohibited pa ang tourism activities.
Yes, sir.
So, one of the prohibitions. Tourism activities and sports activities that involve contact sports
So,
and
dili pa pwede gov.
team activities. So, dili pa ang tourism.
Okay,
Not
sir.
for leisure. Leisure man ang tourism.
Yes, sir.
But, they can accept bookings. Kung kinahanglan di ay mo adto dito kay dunay negosyo, dunay whatever, dunay buhatonon dito sa mga, you can open the resort. Subject, dili pwede ang group celebrations, parties, activities, and other gatherings of any form.
Yes, Gov. Second question ako, Gov. What will happen to workers, Gov, let's say nagtrabaho sila? Kaya we are up to konsolasyon lang, no? Kaya ang dili pa man...
Wa pa lagi, ikaw yun.
If ever, Gov, yes, oo.
Ah.
So, naidaghan nga mga group workers na mo diri Gov sa Tanbantayan nga nagtrabaho groceries in Mandawi.
Dapat si Raymond.
Yeah, and Cebu City.
Si Raymond makatubag anak ng question.
Okay.
Okay, doon na siya i-propose from the Tri-Cities. That's why I need your feedback ang level of confidence ninyo as regards the proposal of the Tri-Cities. Bahili sa mga nagtrabaho
Thank you, Gov.
na mag-cross. Okay, who's next? Oh, pinakalayo. Mayor Winky, Pilar.
Thank you, Gov. May nga po. Section 3.9 sa proposed EO North Europa. Public maritime conditions shall operate within a GCQ zone in accordance with Marina Affairs Rate. Anyway, blah blah blah. Yan ako, nasa kopya sa Marina Industrial Authority nga list of roads within Cebu Province. So, ako nakita tanaw na din na all these roads are only those registered within Marina Cebu.
Wala. Dili pa ta mo allow o inter-province ha, na travel.
Yes, yes, sir. But-
Sa ganina, sa GCQ zone ra.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir. Thank you. But not a gamay shipping lines, shipping cargo. Actually, kay Bob,
Junmar.
Junmar.
Gimbitahan na kag-apil.
Registered group is Marina Tacloban. So, I not know.
Niyamang Marina.
It is
Ate patubag.
Oo, wala pa apel dire. So, ang among punta na. Thank you.
Lolo. Juan, noted na sir, noted na mayor nga what we submitted is a list of operators within Cebu province based sa records sa Marina 7. So, ang kanang Magunjun Margo, ang i-issue ng franchise is Marina Region 8. So, we will just add na lang go sa ila.
Okay.
Only one man ang operator.
Yeah, Junmar. Walang ka-attend gahapon. Sa meeting pa actually sa tanan ng mga shipping operators nga gikan ang sa Danao to Camotes, gikan sa Gnaya to Santa Fe, unya ang kanilang ang Junmar wala ka-attend.
Thank you, Gov.
Okay. Mersa.
Gov, I am willing to reconsider if DOH will come up with a statement saying that this is not as dangerous as it is.
that's really the inconvenient truth that I was referring
Okay.
about.
It is
The governor has elucidated it very eloquently.
Mayo kay si Gobernador mo tuo ang tao. Pero kung ang mayor may mo ingon na ganahan ko na i-secure lang, it should come from our health officials. If our health officials can say, katerik, na klarohon o ingon, na masaghan pag namatay sa dengue, masaghan pag namatay sa HIV, na ni positive ani, then we are willing to reconsider.
That's correct, Mayor.
Okay.
Ako na lang isulti kanina.
Pwede kung na-media dire interview ha si Dr. Bernadas, i-video kung man ako ng ibutang
Yes.
ipakita sa katauhan.
I have been reiterating it ever since the beginning. Lest we forget the most dangerous and the more dangerous diseases that are prevalent in our community.
We have reiterated it. We have reiterated it, but the people are still scared. So if we can give a clear answer on the situation of COVID now, we are willing to reconsider our stand na mag-execute. Kaya po ang problema karon nasudlan ang ako ang sitio na usa ka buok na medyo the same ang landscape sa usa sa mga sitio sa Cebu City na ni-rise ang cases. If you can assure the people na it is not as dangerous as it is compared to other diseases, then we are willing to reconsider.
Yes, dear Mayor, I really have to reiterate what the Governor has elucidated earlier. That was a clear discussion on epidemiology, statistics, and its correlation with what is happening in the country and what has been happening ever since. So what has been happening was the picture that the Governor pointed at the top causes of mortalities and top causes of morbidities in the country prior to COVID. And the Governor has also elucidated clearly the data that we have now for Cebu, the country, the different countries outside the Philippines. And I was just highlighting that the figures that we have now could not have been the same if we have been done the containment procedures and the border control. So, what is correct, or the statement, what is correct today is we have delayed or controlled that transmission of COVID. We have prepared our health system a little bit, but I cannot answer you that we are fully and truly prepared. But according to statistics, we are able to cope up with the needs of COVID in our region and in Cebu City and the Cebu province. So based on the statistics, we can safely say that only 40 to 50% of our health resources, meaning our rooms, isolation rooms, ICU rooms, ventilators, and the more sophisticated equipment for a response to COVID, only 40 to 50% is utilized. So meaning we have still a buffer of another 50%. But we are not yet to loosen our guard. We still have to continue our vigilance in locating all these influenza-like illnesses and identifying them. Identifying them would mean first, isolate them. And isolate them does not mean in a facility or in the hospital. Remember, the most convenient isolation area is the home. So let us propagate the information that a COVID positive patient with mild symptoms can stay at home. Okay, but they have to wear the necessary precautions. So mask, social distancing, and hygiene. So we can also safely say that we only have to test those that are symptomatic. We have already established the purpose of contact tracing is to establish the fact of community transmission.
after identifying that fact, we need not test everybody because that is a waste of resources. That's why I told the governor, you stop testing na PDRC because it is already established. When you have these cases, expect that the rest of the population is infected. And that was what happened to CP, the city jail and Barrio Luz also. I have talked to the city health officer. You can already stop doing that because you established the fact that there is community transmission in that area. Pero napadayon, didaghan. And then there were questions on what to do about the positive cases. So that is the downside of testing. Because we are morally obligated to do something of those patients that gets positive. Diba? So muna siya, going back to your question, Mayor, we are coping very positively with the challenge of COVID. We have at least delayed the surge of these cases so that for now, we are still ready and ever ready to face those challenges. Even if we have the cases, as far as we have done all the containment and delaying and the quarantine and the ECQ, GCQ, we will still continue what we are doing. Again, we will not loosen our guard. Kaya maugin na ang atong purpose.
Yes, RD, just a question.
Yes,
no?
PJ.
If we are now under GCQ, the original IATF rules where the LGU can still impose barangay to barangay lockdown still is. So maybe we should put it here in the EO. We should spell it out in the EO that even if we are under a GCQ, if, for example, there are 2 cases in a certain city or certain barangay, that the LGU may impose a barangay level or city level lockdown.
Yes, Deputy Speaker. The power lies in the governor for municipalities and component cities. That the power lies with the governor in concurrence with the regional task force. But for the charter cities, it is the national IATF.
Barangay, it is the LGU, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So barangay, LGU, and up the ladder to the governor. I hope I have answered Mayor Sam. We will continue doing that, Mayor Sam, and we will highlight the statistics that were really seen during the past 3 months. And I promise you we will do that. Mayor Christine, please.
Mayor Christine. My question is addressed to the regional director. I think, RD, when this all started, as far as imposing the ECQ is concerned, it was such a shock to our constituencies because we went to the extreme of mandating everybody to stay at home. Karon, that there is a semblance of freedom in the midst, in the form of the GCQ, with the exception of those who are still on 24-hour curfew. I believe that the difficulty that we face as mayors is to assure the people that once they come out of their homes, and they will, I'm sure that they will, magawas magib ni sila, will the LGU itself have the capability on its own as a self-sustaining LGU to respond to a possible surge of cases? I believe that was the premise of the questions that were raised earlier as far as the plan of the DOH. In April 16, I wrote you a letter in behalf of the LMP to inquire on what is the plan of the DOH, the timeline and the guidelines as far as conducting or allowing LGUs to either conduct mass testing or targeted testing. What I gather from your statement is that if there are symptomatic individuals, then we will test. So can you kindly confirm that the DOH will release guidelines specific to LGUs as far as allowing us to proceed with testing symptomatic individuals, no? And being able to better manage a possible surge when people do come out and converge once again. Second, as far as your position is concerned on the danger that COVID-19 poses sa katauhan, while I do agree that we can now minimize the perspective as far as the deadly effects of this disease, na nasa ko'y concern na basin tuod ang mga tao una-una di nasa siya anak ka kuyaw, then kung unsa to ang mga mitigation measures na itong impose, dili na kayo seryoso o take sa katawhan ba. I think we really need to be able to strike a balance as far as not resulting in a sudden surge, no, pagka humani ini ECQ.
Mayor, I first tackle the first issue. The first issue is we are coming out with a regional special order adapting the integration of these tests from ILI SARI surveillance to the rapid test protocol, and this will be issued on how local government can also do these tests in the respective areas, and how to do this through maybe partner laboratories or partner agencies. So that would be one. We will be issuing that. The draft has been reviewed finally kahapon. So just in time for the GCQ. And the second question is on really a point that I have been also emphasizing on the way our leaders should respond. Because if you will ask the health sector, we will really be for containment and containment. But for our political leaders and our leadership sa economy and the business sector, that would be talking about opening the economy and promote livelihood and sustain individual subsistence of families. So I think the better position to answer that question is the governor herself, being the one that is more appreciative of what the medical aspect has really displayed, and the governor also has elucidated on the economic side and the livelihood side of it. So for us in the department, this is a greater challenge actually. Opening up again is a greater challenge for the health sector, because we have to accede to, by the way, the chair of the national IATF is Secretary Duque and the DILG, and now the region, the chair is the DILG already, co-chair na lang ang DOH. I think that is on the premise that the point that we are facing now has shifted from purely health security to more of economic and sustainability ng existence of our individual families. So it has really shifted from a health issue to an economic issue. So that's why I think the better person to address those concerns are our political leaders.
To be clear, RD, I completely agree with the need to shift to GCQ as well as the need to balance the economic management of this pandemic as well as the health aspect of it. No, what I'm trying to drive at is that I think the DOH needs to be able to inject a sense of confidence in the LGUs as far as clear-cut guidelines and plans as far as our ability to respond locally when the GCQ is implemented.
And secondly also, Mayor Christine, we are preparing the minimum health standards for different industries. That will be also to be issued later, because we are finalizing it with the different sectors of our businesses, of the different types of businesses and their inputs to these guidelines.
We will issue a general guidelines and we will give the local government, who will be enforcing them, by the way, because you will be the ones issuing this permits, business permits. We will issue the minimum health standards for all the sectors of business, of course, with inputs from the business sector. So this will be laid down the next few days coming in. We are just waiting for the mass testing to finish in Cebu. Then we will sit down with the business sector, formalize all these guidelines, and this will be finally issued. And RDC Chair Kenneth is here. This will be adopted by the Regional Development Council.
Let me just answer that with data that we have. Kaya every day, as I said, ang inyong mga NHO, inyong mga CHO, mo report o ang atong upat ka district provincial hospital chiefs o ang 12 ka district hospital chiefs. I already mentioned this. Gikan sa March 23 ngadto sa May 13, ang total nato nga ILI influenza-like illnesses already sa 16 district hospitals o sa 44 ka lungsod o unong ka-component cities, 836. Tungod kay ILI ni sila, giswab ni sila tanan. Okay? Kay mao man na ato protocol. Kadtumang nag-display og symptoms, ipang-swab ni tanan. Ang atong total na sari from March 23 to May 13 is 214. Tungod kay sari ni sila, ipang-swab ni tanan. Karon, out of those, doon na pa'y uban nga gi-appeal o pang-swab, ipang-contact trace. Mao to, nga ang total na nabasa na test is 1,546. Kaya kung ang 800 lang o ang 200, maoy atong iponon o sa 1,000 na kapin. Ang atong protocol ani, kadtura laging mga symptomatic mo'y atong i-test. Kay kanang surge, kung i-testing yun tatanan lagi, lupigan na itong Cebu City. Puwerte gagana sa atong positives. Because, of course, that's 1 million versus 3.2 million. We'll probably have times 3 food. But, for example, like Liloan, as of May 11, ang inyong ILI was 100, no, PUM is 170. Ang ILI, upat. So far, ang total ILI ninyong cumulative is 50. From March 23 to May 13. That's May 11. Let's go fast forward to May 13. Liloan, ang inyong ILI for May 13 was 0. Total cumulative 54. From March 23 to May 13. 0 mo og sari. Total sari, wa ka may gi-report nga sari sa Liloan. That's severe acute respiratory infection. Ang inyong mga RHUs, protogamot ILI. Doon ay uban mo report og sari. Like, for example, Balamban, reported for May 13, usa ka sari. So we have all of this data. So that if we say it's a surge, we have a comparative process na atong tanaw ni karon kung 100 ang total ILI for, let's say, Liloan is 54. In a span of March, April, May, more than 2 months, if that goes higher than 54, then that's a surge. But that's an ILI. Okay, atong iklaro ha. Let's define surge. It must be those with symptoms. Motong atong surge. Kung ikalit kasaka na atong ILI, mo kay atong i-test. O kung positive na, mo kay pagsaka. Dili nga ang tanan atong i-test, for example, sa usa ka barangay, 2,000 na kabuok, mo test sa diha o 10%. Okay, it's a waste of resources. It does not give you a clear picture of what should we be afraid of. So, relatively, and I have to comment, ang inyong mga MHOs and CHOs, please, nagtrabaho bitaw ni, labi na ang mga barangay health workers, births, kay mo ni nagsigipid of data. We have a daily report. I read this every time. We have a daily report that is submitted to Dr. Yango that's expected. In fact, so far, ang total na nipasar na sa inyong 14-day quarantine from March 23 to May 13 is 74,939. Inanak na kadaghan ang inyong ipakaon, i-check up, buntag utto gabi. Inanak na kadaghan. Karon you have May 13, you have 3,968 PUMs. So rest assured, we are really keeping tab of what's happening with clear figures para ako maklaro o analyze. Kisay mo una, Mayor Christine and then Mayor Nanette.
Bob, I think hopefully at this point in time, there might already be a healthy balance between confidence and fear. And I think we are all in agreement here that while we put utmost premium on life preservation, we cannot dispense sa livelihood and restarting our economy. So, ako go, mo-follow yung po unsay maagrihan sa kadaghanan karon ug sa wisdom nga imo guidance nimo as our provincial governor. But the transition that we're speaking about from ECQ to DCQ, may I seek reconsideration on a little bit of time in terms of implementation kung maun namang yun na untabong buhaton, just so we can put in place and in order the new normal community plan of our LGUs, incorporating the protocols, guidelines, and standards included in your executive order. And sa kinuuray sa GO, nagsige na yun sa hinay-hinay o implement hand washing facilities, nagtukod na ta, and all these things. So ako lang, I hope this is not immediate like tomorrow or in the next 3 days, because I feel it is important, since katong mga discuss kanina, the pandemic of fear, that we need social preparation. One of which I find very important dito lang sa Naga, visual, no? So ako nagpa-linya na ko marking sa mga tricycle, ang hand washing facilities, kaning reflectorized ng mga stickers sa mga tricycle, mga coding sa tricycles later on. So kung maumang gani maabrihan karong hapuna that we transition, having all this information presented by the governor and RD Bernadas, gaya lang po gamay nga panahon, hopefully go to set these things in order.
Yes, in fact, as I said, if you remember ang atong ECQ, I asked for your inputs and we all agreed March 30 ta, 12:01 in the morning. Diba? Kung may numdo mo, we were all in agreement kaya mag-anda po mo sa inyong quarantine pass, vehicle quarantine pass, ngandang pa mo sa tanan ninyo ng mga ipang-disseminate na information. So, later on, at the end of this, we will agree. Dili mahimong ukma. No? Okay. May 16 na ba yan? Kung sunod yun ta, di na lang sa mga DCQ. And then ako mo i-question nun ron sa IATF. Kay wak ko ni sunod. That is an order of the President, ha? By the way, mismo ang Presidente may nipirma na. That's an order. I have, unless mangayo ko reconsideration. The others did. I don't. Di ko lang po mangayo. Pero di po musunod, ako yung madubag. But dili sa tamang istorya na. There are other issues that need to be addressed. Yes, Mayor Nanette. We will decide at the end of this meeting.
Good afternoon, Go. As Mayor San Fernando Mago, we have been doing
this thing for the last 2 months. And as we started, I recall in providing solution to one problem, we come face to face with another problem. So for now, Gov, my plan, ang plan namo sa San Fernando is only up to July. We cannot go beyond August. At least yung transition we will be able to adjust, and at the same time we need to pump prime as far as the economy is concerned. Yung mga jobless, murag ko naman, we come face to face with them. They need to go back to working and earn for a living. And sa challenge of humbly, we accept the challenge na ikuanin mo. Ang sa amin lang RD is yung safety net sa mga local government units in the medical aspect. Then kaya nila mo ang kuan sa mga prisoners ko, pwede ba those who have completed the terms must swab before na ma-apply?
I already issued an executive order. There's an existing executive order that established that.
Okay. So, wala kay this, Gov. I hope we can be provided with this because those are the questions that came out.
Provided a list.
A list of those, kasi pag ko na mo Gov, to naman sa barangay dayon. So, nasamo ang mga barangay. Na ay duha na nakaabot na na mo. Prisoners group na nakakomplete na sa ilang term.
No. Nag-meeting.
Na-release order. Yes.
Nag-meeting ka ng executive judges.
Yes.
We issued a executive order